Like it's
Actually,
not
I don't know,
fresh.
because I was at GameStop and there was this guy there. This is horrible. This could be our story.
Okay.
I was at GameStop and I was looking for action figures, of course,
Yeah.
right? And normally at this point, my lady does not go in with me because she's like, it's not worth it. You're gonna be in there for 2 seconds. You're gonna go straight to the one action figure aisle and you're gonna walk out. So she just chills in the car, right?
Yeah.
This time she came in. That was her mistake. Because there was this guy sitting like at the front of the store. This very how do I say this? He had a big personality, guy sitting at the front of the store, and those stores are small, right? So if someone's standing, two people are standing one of the aisles, you're not getting past them, right? Like you kind of got to start doing he was sitting there staring at the register, talking to the lady.
Oh boy!
And he looked disgusting. I mean, like cartoon character level, like stains on your shirt. Like this was like
you could see the stink lines coming off of him.
Literally, he smelled so fucking bad, and it took up the entire store. The entire store was horrible.
Yeah.
And everyone in the store was trying to go to the back corner where the fucking FNAF figures are, just because they didn't want to be around his fucking smell. You know, it was just clearly he hadn't showered in a few days. And he's sitting at the front of the store because he's too lazy to walk his ass around, staring at the lady who's working there, going, "You got Pokemon?" She's like, what Pokemon are you looking for? And he's like, I don't know, which ones you got? He's like, well, we got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and we got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And he was like, you got Zelda? And she was like, is there anyone you're looking for? Nah, I just like Zelda.
No.
And she's like, okay, we've got Tears of the Kingdom, and we've got A Link to the Past remaster or whatever. And he's like, what about Mario Kart? And at this point, like she's just pulled up their like thing, and she's just like, we have Mario Kart 7, we have Mario Kart Double Dash on whatever. Like, and this kept going for every major Nintendo, like Metroid. It was, and like he wouldn't just get up and look around the store, and also he just sat there like fermenting the store with disgusting smell. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was probably one of the worst GameStop people ever.
Yeah, GameStop can attract some real creatures.
He honestly really looks like that guy, that asshole from SpongeBob with the orange T-shirt and the little glasses, like that.
Hell yeah!
He literally looked exactly like that guy. I'm not even fucking lying to you. That's what he looked like.
I believe you. That's terrible. That's we're pretty good at our well, it's back. It's called EB now, but every once in a while you get a little creature coming in, you know. Or you get some idiot who just like doesn't know what they're talking about, just like arguing with the staff. Like, this console is $400 online. It's like, no, that's obviously that's not us. Like,
also, bro, you're selling at a GameStop or sorry, EB Games. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
He's like trying to get a bargain for like a deal. It's just like those stores. Those stores are probably gone. By the way, in the next few years.
Yep.
That's
in
really
a few
sad.
years. Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yep.
Actually.
Yep.
I like going into those stores. I always have, aside from when you get the creatures, you know.
I actually think, though, GameStop, I think, will go out because so many of their product is modern games. Also, the game section from Target and Walmart is going to go as well. You're just going to be able to buy consoles.
Yeah.
You know, there's not going to be like aisles.
I mean, they've already fucked them and shot themselves in the foot when they started locking that shit up. Like, nobody wants to wrangle an employee and be like, hey, get me this game, please. Like, that's weird. I don't know why that was ever a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I know why it was a thing. It was a stop.
But I do
stealing.
I do think that retro game stores are actually going to do pretty well, actually, because they're going to get the opposite. You know, they're going to get all the freaks that are like, oh no, I really do want the physical, or the retro gamers that are like, the only way you can play them is through physical.
Yeah,
you know, like games that have a library of, or companies that have a library of older games. Like smaller businesses, they're going to be fine. But GameStops and stores that are like Best Buy will probably take a huge fucking hit.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Best Buy's already on.
They already lost their DVD section.
Best Buy's already in a rough spot, man. I don't know. Best Buy is like, I'm surprised it's still it's in business purely because old ladies need like TVs and shit. That's like the only
and Windows set air conditioners.
Yeah, it's so specifically niche that it makes just enough money to stay afloat, but somehow hasn't closed down yet. And I like Best Buy.
Also,
for the most part.
What are the odds they just reverse that shit and they just undo that decision? They just make it with a disk drive.
I don't think
what
so.
What are the odds?
Because you have.
Dude, have you seen the shitstorm online? Oh my god!
It's true.
Every time I scroll fucking reels, I see some fucking chud with his fucking big thing going, "You're taking this away from me." It's like, which, by the way, I love you, chud. I'm also that chud. I also have a bunch of physical games and stuff. I'm not making fun of you, right? But it's just, you'll see a guy and he'll be like, "This is beautiful. You're taking it away from," and he's just pulling and looking through all the games.
I don't think they'll reverse it, because they've already done consoles with no disc drive and they sell fine, you know. So there's clearly a precedent of people who like will just buy it.
But how about okay? What about this?
Throw it to me.
Crazy idea. What if GTA? What is it? 6? Yeah. GTA 6.
Yeah, 6.
What if it slightly underperforms because of the price, and because of it took so long, and because of the lack of a physical? Like, what if GTA 6 does worse than GTA 5? Like, that would be a red flag, I think. Like, that would be the first time, I think, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see. It probably won't, but how crazy would, like, I'm not saying it bombs, but like it does maybe 70% of sales, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it will. It's pretty guaranteed to probably be one of the best selling games.
People are up in arms about it, though. People are losing their minds.
They will still buy it. Yeah. That's the problem. People say shit, but they really don't care at the end. Especially
gamers, man. Holy shit!
They're so flippant. If they see one clip of like the strip club, they're like, all right, I'm buying the game day one.
I'm buying that shit right now, man.
Like, even I am like very much like, I'm not buying this game. But if I see one thing that kind of looks fun, I might be like, maybe. But even then, I don't even have a PlayStation. I don't want it. I don't want the game right now. I can't play it. No interest in playing it. I never beat 5. I got like maybe a couple hours into 5. I was like, all right, it's all right.
Do you think Nintendo's gonna do it?
Get rid of a disc drive?
Yeah, because they're pretty. They've always even in this transition where like less games come out physically, they've still been the one that, generally speaking, has physical copies. They did do that bullshit where they made it a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
But it's not like PlayStation, where I would say 50% of a new PlayStation game is physical, 50 is digital, if that.
I would argue you're right, but I feel like the industry in general is moving towards digital, and I feel like that is something that they're going to be like, yeah, we got to do it. You know, it's just part of.
Well, I will say, whoever dropped this, because it didn't come out like through PlayStation. It wasn't an official PlayStation press release. Yeah. Same thing with the Xbox One. The Xbox One like leaked that they weren't going to do it, right? Whoever did this is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Because there was an official PlayStation story that came out with the movie rentals, where you hear about this, where people would rent hundreds of movies, and now they're just getting pulled out of their library.
Yeah.
Yeah, with no refunds, you know.
It's really stupid.
And I think it was really smart, and I don't think it was a coincidence that came out, and then right after that came out, this came out. Like, I feel like that was a double whammy, because it's a perfect way to go, oh, they're going to take your digital stuff away from you. You're not going to own it. Well, you're not even able to buy it physically. So it's time to panic. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because that's the biggest fear, right? Is that you don't own anything and you're just like licensing out something.
I could totally see PS6 being like, everyone hates the no physical thing, but guess what? Every PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game, all on our console. You can play it digitally. They might do some shit like that. And everyone would be like, oh my god. Even though they don't have like the rights to half of those old games anymore and shit like that. Like, that's part of the reason why you don't see games like from random ass PS1 or 2 games from that console on here, because they don't have the rights anymore.
Also, really, I want to make a note. Vinyl, physical vinyl right now.
Yeah.
Vinyl music is selling as well as it did in the 70s, which is crazy. Like, vinyl's doing exceptionally well.
He's buying all the copies.
And so are books. You know, like, nobody embraced the Kindle thing. Like, some people did, but not really. People still mostly want to hold a book. You know,
there's a lot.
I do think there's precedent for people wanting to enjoy media physically. I just don't know how long people just need to like lock in and like activate. I mean, it's happening a lot with the younger generation, but old people are just like, I don't fucking care about that shit. Make it as easy as possible, you know? But like all my friends, this is why that joke in, I can say this because you put it out publicly, the joke in Bracken was so funny when he was talking about Casablanca on a CR. I've literally talked to a friend who's like, bro, I want to get a CRTV, bro, and watch old movies.
Oh, no, dude, no, genuinely, if you're playing like a PS1 with a CRT, that is like the best way to go. But it looks so good on that old ass TV because it was made for those TVs. A PS1 game isn't made for like a flat screen. You know, it's not. That's why games. Just like if you ask anyone who actually grew up with games like that back in the day, they'll be like, oh, that looked really good. And then you blast it up on a big 4K TV and you're like, ew, what the hell? Like it just looks terrible because it wasn't made for those types of TVs. What the hell? You brought up a good point about physical stuff. Books. You're right. I see. I haven't pulled the I've been collecting a lot of books.
Dude, Target has a whole vinyl section.
Yeah,
they have a whole vinyl section at Target. Yeah, like every Target.
Toys
like not a DVD section.
Toys R Us did for a little bit until they freaking deleted themselves from the planet. Like they actually had a DVD section and then they also introduced like a vinyl section and that was really weird. And then they went out of business. So
it's just vinyl here.
Vinyl's doing good, and like I will say, like physical comics are doing pretty good right now as well. I think.
They are.
Digital comics,
paperbacks are doing great.
Yeah, it's like people don't want to read a comic on their phone. It's not fun. You know, you like to open up the pages and turn it. It's just not. It's the same thing for like people like grabbing a disc and putting a disc in their console. It's the same thing, or you know, it's always going to have an appeal.
Yeah.
You know, people like to own what they buy. You know, people don't like to just have it exist in the ether of the online space.
That's something I've realized in general is that things don't ever like 100% go away. Most things, some things do, right? A couple things might, but just in general, like if there's a new technology, like or like digital games or media, like it's never going to 100% erase there will always be some version, like there's always going to be like a Barnes and Noble that will sell, you know, like Criterion Collection or whatever, or there's always going to be like the vinyls or the whatever. Like it never just vanishes. Probably,
it'll be more. What it'll be is it'll be more like fan like mom and pop, like smaller stores is what it'll be, like retro game stores. That's for that audience. You'll have. I'm sure there already are like DVD stores that sell old DVDs and stuff like that. You know, that's probably a thing.
Oh yeah, dude, there's a ton of them. Oh yeah,
bookstores.
There's even mon pop rental stores that aren't even like a big chains. They're just like a mon pop rental store. We have one over here.
There will always be a desire because there will always be audiences for this kind of thing. They won't be big and mainstream, but they will exist. So. Like that site Limited Run Games, they sell old games and physical things, so you can buy them and like include a bunch of random shit. Like that's a very specific niche audience. It's not going to sell mass production, you know, but it is going to sell enough that it needs to. So these things will always exist. It's just a matter of like who will buy it. You know, not everyone.
Well, I wouldn't count out physical games just yet. I think we still got to wait and see. I think the pushback has surprised me. The amount of ferocious defending. Because I'm used to seeing, like, DVDs never get... Maybe just because DVD guys are way more laid back than gamers. I don't know. The DVD guys are so, like... They're like, we've made peace. They're like, it's fine. I follow this guy named Blu-ray Daddy. He's like my favorite. He's such a freaking nerd. He's so far. I love him so much. He's such a funny guy. But the gamers are like, they scream. They're the Scragers. You know what I mean? And people are freaking pissed.
They're very vocal, even if they don't mean anything in what they're saying.
They're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I saw I saw a post from Domino's UK of all places that said they made this big announcement and they're like, we regret to inform you we're no longer including physical pizzas in our pizza boxes now. Just a download code. It was really basic
Yep,
of them.
that is pretty. I've seen a couple people, a couple of
Everyone's
the
taking
base
the
social.
shit. Everyone's taking the shit
Yeah.
piss on PlayStation because it is stupid. It is silly. It's very silly.
Yeah.
The option
No, it is
should
dumb.
always exist. I don't think.
I don't think. Either way, I don't think the you can license it but never truly own it thing is ever actually going to become the norm. I don't think that'll ever happen. I think there will either be a lawsuit or something, like there might even be one with these movies, or there will be like legislation or something, or people just will hate that. Like, I don't think humanity can accept that. I think they want to own whatever they're buying, you know.
I figured it out. I cracked a code.
What's up?
They were not going to change the console to put a disc drive in it. They're not going to do that. That's going to take way too much effort. It's literally going to be a USB that it connects to a separate disc drive adapter is what it's going to be. That's 100% what it will be. It'll just be a little.
And everyone's gonna be like, "Well, technically, it doesn't even really play the data on the disc. It just downloads it, so you're not really playing it."
No one will buy it. And then it'll also cost like $80 for some reason.
And they'll go, see?
yeah.
They'll go, exactly. See?
That's what it'll be. I'm guaranteeing you that's 100% what it'll be.
I have to use the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine. Well, that's probably it.
I will be right back.
That's it for the... Yeah, go ahead.
Where's my dog?
Salutations, posers. Welcome back to the Super Posers podcast. My name is Braden Orenzolian, joined by the man whose name starts with a T.
My name's Braden Orenzolian, joined by his name whose man starts with a joined by the man whose T starts with a T.
You're off the show now. Get him the fuck out of here!
Get him out of here!
Get the fucking cane! Pull him out of here, dude!
Get him out of here!
Get him the fuck out of here! How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Black Series 6.
I'm doing good.
That's good.
I'm doing pretty good. Are you okay?
He hasn't been back. Okay? He's been absent for the last few years, it feels like.
I have, yeah. It's been several years. I've been busy. It's been a busy time.
You've got a lot going on.
Big life. I do. Big life. It's always a big fucking year for me.
It is. You're like, oh, this will be pretty simple. This will be pretty basic, and then you're like,
yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, when am I going to have just a normal year where we go steady the entire time and there's not some massive decision or change that does not happen?
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have that. Okay, you are the one.
I'm not.
I feel like you and Leigh are definitely ones that always has shit going on, no matter what.
Kind of just feels like adulthood, but then you guys are just going easy. So I don't know. Aiden's got some big shit.
We haven't grown up. Is the difference?
Aiden's selling all his fucking toys and shit.
Aiden's not on because he's moving. Ty's not on because we're talking about shit that he hasn't seen yet, and he didn't want to be here for that. And Leigh just hates us, so that's why he's not on. But yeah,
they got a house or something. I don't.
He did get a house, or he's buying a house, or he already bought a house, or I don't know. Some shit's going on with him. I'm happy for him.
He said he made a down payment, and then he said he was visiting places after that. And I'm like, what?
You can't really do that if you've already made the down.
I'm like, why'd you make the down payment?
It's like, I bought the house, but I'm looking at other ones just in case. It's like, that's not how that works.
Maybe the cost of living over there is just so fucking affordable. The down payment's like $1 and a handshake.
Like, it's just like a couple bucks. He just puts like the down payment's literally $5. He's like, that's fine, whatever. It's reversible, even though that's not what down payment means. Down payment means you put that shit down, you lock that shit in.
You put that shit down. No, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
For a house especially. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Getting pickups this week.
I got a ton of pickups. I got a shitload.
Now are you counting everything that you've got since you've last been on?
No, all of them except for one thing, but it's fun. You got to give me there's one thing I got that's fun.
I'll let you have it.
But everything else I got this week.
What you got? How much you got?
I'm gonna count these as 1, 2, 3, 5. I got 5 things.
Okay, I got like 4, so I'll just go first.
Okay,
I'll
you
just
go
have the
first.
floor. First of all, I got a shirt.
Hell yeah! K-pop Demon Hunter.
K-pop Demon Hunter is my
Hell
favorite Netflix film.
My favorite band.
Yeah, my favorite band of roadies.
Not Huntrix. They're K-pop Demon Hunters. That's their name.
Yes, that is their name. Yes, the movie would have done better if their name was just K-pop Demon Hunter. We are the K-pop Demon Hunters. Then, because Ty recommended them to me, I got the Arteco acrylic markers. That's what they are. They're acrylic markers.
Ooh.
Fucked up.
Ooh. For your figgies?
For my to paint, to do some painting. I actually have there's a red one here. I want to finally do the Wonder Woman thing with her because I feel like that'll be.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't like painting. I really don't, to be honest. So this will hopefully be an upgrade to painting. And then
Hell yeah!
got some toys. Lock the fuck in, please. Thank you. I got some toys.
This is a big deal.
First of all,
this is a big deal.
This is a pretty big deal. Blokees came in and blessed me with a nice little shark boy.
Hell yeah!
So good. Fucking infinitely better than the shit Hasbro's gonna give us by a
Oh, you mean the brick? You mean the paperweight?
Well,
the paperweight?
The thing that can do this, I think. But this figure just has that. But also, Hasbro can't do this shit, so, you know.
Oh, you can spread eagle.
You could spread eagle, you could take his tongue out, you could replace it with like a blast effect. He's got 2 tongues, he got 2 sets of the eyes for some reason. He doesn't need it. This is a great figure, man. This is goated. I love this shit. Turned out awesome. This is the best one. Hasbro should be embarrassed. Fucking Hot Toys should be embarrassed. Their Hot Toys Jeff is awful.
I heard he wasn't good.
It's a statue. It's a statue with a movable head and a swivel tail. That's it. That's all he does. For like $200. And then
Sometimes Hot Toy just fumbles like something like that. They'll just out of nowhere be
Hot
like,
Toys will. Let's make a statue. Oh, let's make a underage girl in a tube top. Let's you know, just fucking sell completely and ruin our reputation. Yep. What is wrong with you boys? Susan Storm.
Oh, your wife. That's your wife.
Dude, she's so good.
My wife.
She's a little more cut back in terms of like some articulation, but like normally they have like multiple joints in the torso. It's just one for her. Oh, yeah, that's me, dude. I knew this figure was for me when I opened it up and I opened the parts, and there's literally an entire ass piece. I was like,
"This is ass piece."
This is my.
You're like, there it is.
Yeah, no,
there it is.
She's so fun. I messed around with her a lot last night. She's great. I really hope they make the rest of the team though. It's so weird that it's just her by herself right now. It feels so.
Well, it's because she's the goon one. Everyone loves her.
Everyone loves her, but people goon to Thing. He's pretty goonable.
Nobody goons to Thing, bro. Nobody's gooning to Thing.
Of Thing's boner. Okay, I could prove otherwise. People love the Thing.
Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay.
But dude, I'm so happy. Dude, Blokees fucking killing it. They got Ultron is next month. Cannot wait for him. And then there's another Jeff at some point. And then we don't know what's coming out after. It's complete. We're in the dark now, so it's an exciting time. Or maybe that's it. Maybe maybe they're done. I don't know.
Some pretty steady release since they started like sending them out finally.
They released Spider-Man and Venom dropped like Christmas Day, and I got them in January. And so ever since then, it's basically been a figure like every month, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
Or every couple months, dude. It's very generous. What we've got: Spider-Man, Venom, Penny, Rocket, Moon Knight, Jeff, Sue, Ultron, another Jeff. Fucking 9 figures over the course of a year is insane. Like that's
pretty great.
Hasbro's given us what? 2, 4, 5, 6 figures? Yeah, no. They might be I think Blokees is the winner in this category, but yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get, buddy? What'd you get?
Okay, my first pickup's pretty cool.
Show me.
Wait, actually, hold on. Let me do something real quick just so I don't fucking out myself.
Uh-oh.
1 second. I should have thought of this. I should have thought of this.
Bro, selling in the
Oopsies.
year of
Okay.
our Lord 2026. Hello?
First thing I got, thanks to my grandpa, is a pretty cool pickup. I got
Grandpa comes
a
with
car.
lunch.
I got a car.
Oh, guys, look at me. I got a car.
Look at this car.
I'm
It's
like-
a 2007 Buick.
I'm
know.
like, oh man, look at this toy. It's so cool. Yeah, I got a fucking car, bitch.
I had to do it. I've been waiting.
ultimate
Like, if I ever get a
flex.
car, I have to go up on the pod that week and be like, first pick up a car.
Well, what you should
That's
have
what I
done
want Lay to do with his house so bad.
Well, what
I
you
want
should
Lay
have
to come
done-
up.
is you should have like filmed footage of you going, "It's my car," and then like
It's my
reviewing your
car, here you
like,
go.
It's an action figure. Like, oh, look at the paint job on this.
I can film footage after the fact and send it to you. I can send you footage of me dancing.
Can you do? All I ask, I don't know how possible it would be, but all I want you to do is like do the fucking soy jack like pointing at the car, going like that's all I want. Just a picture
I can do that.
of me.
I can do that. I can do that. I can do that.
Thank you so
I can do that shit.
I'll remind you.
2007 Buick. Everything's new except the transmission, which is shit. So that's the only problem with it. But everything else I got was big thing last. I got a bunch of books.
Not as cool as a car.
Not as cool as a car. I'm gonna start strong and end strong.
Okay.
Also, it's blue, and my whole family has been like, "You got to get red seat covers, so it's Spider-Man car." And I'm like, "All right, I don't know about that, but maybe we'll see."
Make the spider car. It's true.
You got to make the spider car. I got a bunch of books. So I got, this is Richard Williams' Animator Survival Kit, Dialogue Direction, Directing, Acting, and Animal Action. I already have the Animator Survival Kit. I've already read it like once or twice. I kind of try to read it like once every few years. But I'm going on a job that's out of state in a residency. I got a residency, and it's going to be very dialogue heavy. So this is just like a tiny ass skinny chunk of the book that's like, if you just want that. The real book is fucking huge. So this is way more portable. So I'm going to bring this with me
Gotcha.
just to have on hand. Because dialogue is like, hold on, let me see if I can show you. Like, this shit's confusing. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's a very complicated part
It's like
of animation.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, exactly. It's so that's why it's kind of nice to have a visual reference.
Gotcha.
I also got Animation Crash Course. This also has a dialogue section that I've also read, but this is a new book I haven't had, and I'm also just reading this normally because it's a more modern book, came out like 2009. Well, it's not modern. It's modern in the context of animation books, where most of them came out in the 90s.
It's almost 20 years old, but yeah.
Yeah. But this one's pretty cool, and I'm really into this one's written clearly, so I really appreciate that. This one is Richard Williams made. He's the lead guy for Who Framed Roger Rabbit on the animation and stuff there.
So
that's what you. Yeah. This is Eric Goldberg, and he did the genie stuff in Aladdin. So
cool.
Also a legend. He talks way more like a normal person than Richard Williams does.
Richard Williams is a cartoon character, so
he is. No, he really. No, Big Richie is my best bud. Or Big Dick, if you want to be kind to him. But I also got another animation book. And this one is actually like the granddaddy. This one was first published in the 50s, I believe, like the late 50s, by like an old-timey Disney animator, Preston Blair, who, let me see if I can just, what did he work on, just for the normal people so they can know. It's so old that he's dead. He's been dead for some time. So this is like made, like the editors did the foreword. Like the editors were like, he worked on Bambi, Fantasia, Pinocchio. So the classics, the OGs. Yeah. Like this guy was doing animation when they were still writing the fucking principles of animation.
Damn.
So, and then this book was in the 50s, and then there was like a later book in the 70s or something, and then they compiled them in the 90s, and then that's kind of what this modern version is. But
Gotcha.
So anyway, that one's cool, but it's definitely much more like beginnery, because clearly like the art form wasn't quite as the language wasn't there, to talk about it. So Anyway, I got all those books. Sorry, boring books. Oh, books.
No, it's all good.
The next thing I got is very cool for me, at least. I got the new Spider-Man. Yippee! 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 I got 2, as always. I always get 2. He's gonna go right next to the other Spider-Man that I have 2 of in my storage.
Oh, yeah, you did get 2. I was gonna say. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, I actually have like 4 of this one, but I've lost. I think
the new one is what I meant.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, 2 of the new one. I'm gonna get 2 of the Target exclusive. I'm obsessed with this figure, this Spider-Man specifically. This family tree of Spider-Man. This mold and all of its like variants. This figure's really fun. He's really solid. He is what can I say? He's just final swing with a new chest and tummy. And he's also got new colors, obviously.
Yeah.
The chest articulation is improved, I wanted to say. So he has a neck hinge this time around, so you can actually look all the way up, which is nice. I know some people don't like neck hinges because you don't get the lateral. But when it comes to characters, pretty much exclusively Spider-Man and Iron Man, I think kind of need some version of that because they need to look straight up, like fully straight up.
Like a Daredevil as well. You want to have like a doing this.
I mean, obviously, best is both, right? Yeah. Of course, but like a one down here and one up here, but we can't always have that.
I mean, they have. They've done figures with that articulation before, but. No, all the time, I guess.
Lazy. Also, the butterflies are like literally 2 times better. Like they're so much better. They function way better than those.
How are the hips and stuff? Is it still tight and kind of like...
That's what everyone's been asking, and I've been giving a lot of thought to how I answer this question because it's kind of difficult. So
is it?
This is difficult because it's not an objective metric. You know what I mean? How do I say this? So, for example, like I've heard people be like, the hips are way better, and I've heard people be like, the hips are exactly the same. I've heard both things said a bunch since the figure came out. So here's my money. Here's what I have to say, right? When you first come out of the box, like any Hasbro, you're going to have to put him under hot water. He's going to be stiff. You're going to have to put him under hot water, right? You had to do that with the last figure. Do that with this figure. You're going to do it with other million figures. That's just part of the deal now, right? It's been the deal for a while. After that, right, I took my only way to do this was to have this and compare it directly with the old one that I have, right? So I took the old one that I have and I took this one and I went like, I did this, right, to see. And I've had the old one for 4 years, and that figure, there's not a figure I have touched more than that figure. I've brought that figure like to several different states. I brought him on planes. I brought him on boats. That figure has been touched more than any other figure I own right now. Is that original figure, right? This guy is slightly looser than that figure after 4 years of usage. So I've had him for a day, and he's less stiff than the figure I've had for 4 years. Okay. Is kind of what I'm trying to say. He still is stiffer than like an import. He still is a stiffer figure, right. But I certainly, it's hard because I'm trying to remember what the first final swing felt like when I first got him. That's what I'm trying to remember. But at that point, I didn't even know that was a problem, so I wasn't really paying attention to that. You know what I mean? The hips, nothing feels like it's gonna break. I will say the hip swivels are like way better. Those are noticeably like 1,000 times better. The hip ball joints feel better, but like again, like I don't know, like you could get one and it could feel 1,000 times stiffer. It doesn't feel like, it's not like they're buttery smooth. I don't think I have a single Legends like that.
It was just that the ball joint is so like, how do I explain it? Geometric, I guess, where it had all those edges where it made turning the leg really difficult. Now, if I were to pull out my final swing, it would be like oh no, it would be like that. It wouldn't be seamless.
So my original final swing has the notches, but it wasn't like I had to bend it, and then it wasn't like a
click, click, click. Yeah.
It was like that's how mine was like. You know what I mean?
No, it's like that too. It's just hard.
This leg Here's what I'll say. This leg, I can't even feel the notches on it.
Okay.
I can't even feel them. Like this
Maybe
one
that
just
makes
feels
sense.
like a normal. Like this feels like an action figure from like 2019.
Yeah.
This leg, I can definitely feel them, but they're less stiff than the ones on the old one.
Interesting. Maybe they toned it down a
so-
little bit.
And I opened them out. I popped the leg off, right? Because then so after I did this like test, right? I was like, this feels good, but everyone's got me stressed the fuck out. So I
Yeah.
sanded them down even after that, just to play it safe. You know what I mean? But when I looked at them, they still have the geometric shape, but there's no nipples thing on them. It's just the normal ball with the geometric like thing, which I feel like has been a thing for longer than people say it has. I feel like that was a thing way back in like Avengers Endgame era. You know, like I feel like I bought some figures back then that had that.
Yeah, I think it just depends. I think I don't think it's the problem with the legs is that it's also on the drop down hips, which does affect the whole thing. So I don't know. I don't have the figure on me right now, but
the things I noticed were the shoulders and the arms and the hips were the like clickiest, I guess. I guess to me they feel clicky. So this one they feel less clicky, but they still feel clicky. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're still there, but it's like, again, this is guys, if you had both of mine, you would move the arm like, okay, and then you'd move the old figure arm and be like, holy shit, that is like noticeably differ. But it's not like smooth. Like they're clearly still doing the like semi-ratchet increments, which I'm not like against, because I do think it means they last longer. I think it means they get less, but
loose.
It's just you can't go. I feel like the plastic needs to be a certain level of soft or something. Like there was some sort of chemical, imbalance going on. I don't know. I was going to listen to this and think I sound insane. But the fact is, again, I've been trying to figure out how to talk about it because it's such a weird concept to articulate. I've also heard people who have the original one be like, mine never broke. And then I've heard you guys be like, all of ours broke, And again, I've had mine for 4 years and I probably messed with it more than all of you and it's never broke, So it breaks, but also like, I don't know if again, like maybe I'm just babying them. Like maybe I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works. All I'll say, bottom line, after 4 years, my old one is stiffer than the new one. But the new one still stiffer, I think, than you probably want. That's the best way I can say.
It's the type of figure where I break it out, and I'm very careful with it. I don't really go like, I'm not a psychopath. But every figure has their own tolerance. That's something you learn as a collector, especially if you collect multiple different brands. You really have to be like, okay, I obviously can't fucking take Sue and go, like she's gonna shatter into a million pieces. I don't know, you take Big Chungus over here, and you can just go like, you can do whatever the fuck you really want with him. There's no real, you can have a ball with him. So it's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I think you'll probably hear both things. I think you'll hear it's better and it's not better. I don't know how to help you with that.
I want this suit. I don't know if Hasbro's the one I'm gonna go for. There's a lot of options at this point. And
I just don't collect those figures.
That's fair. I might get the Blokees. I'm really tempted to get the Blokees, to be honest.
The Blokees looks cool. They don't sell them easily to obtain.
No, and he's also tiny.
But it's also a style. It's weird. It's almost like it's at the opposite issue of this one, where it's too bright.
Oh yeah. It's not.
It looks like the final swing, not the brand new day. But it does look cute. Like I do like if I saw him at the start, I'd probably get him.
He'll probably come actually. I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope so. Yeah. Still can't find the rival Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Anyway, I like this body and I like this figure and I like everything around that. And the neck hinge and the shuttered butterflies are a big surprise and were really cool to see how effective those were. So I'm really excited. I've been having a lot of fun. He's definitely going to be my new homie for the next 2 or 3 years. But I am very excited I would like a new release with slightly brighter blue because it looks black on my screen right now, which is weird, which all the Spider-Man movie figures kind of struggle with the color blue. They're never perfectly right, But I'd like a brighter blue and I'm really excited for that target with the mask. I don't know why. I'm just super pumped for that figure. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm probably going to get two of him. And then I really want a battle damage version of that. That is what I want so bad. That is my number one because apparently it's in the movie. If it's in the movie, they'll make it, right? Like, come on now, they have to.
I assume there'll be a brand new day, like Wave 2, which will have Scorpion and more villains.
Yeah,
and
we haven't got any of those villains.
They kind of fucked up for they kind of dropped the ball there, and it's funny because
the thing is, it's like. I'm glad I have a Spider-Man that has the right sculpt and detail for the movie out before the movie, right?
Except for
that makes me really happy.
That Spidey doesn't have the web shooters, does he?
He doesn't have them in the movie sometimes organic webs, you know? Gotcha. So technically that's accurate.
It is.
Does that make it's like there's both.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, maybe if they do a re-release, they will do a brighter blue with them.
Yeah. Oh. He's gone.
You're there. Are you okay, man? You froze.
He's back.
Okay, brain's back. I'm sorry. I keep cutting out.
You're back.
Anyway, yeah, so I like Spider-Man. That's basically it.
I like Spider-Man. Was that all you got?
I like Spider-Man. That's all I got. I got the two Spider-Mans, the books, and the car.
I thought you got really hung up on Spider-Man. You're like, also this thing. I thought you were gonna talk about.
I'm done. Sorry, I'm good. I'm done.
No, it's all good. No, literally no fucking problem, bro.
Literally no fucking problem.
With that being said, what the hell? Ty's sending some shit. Oh, that's funny.
He's excited.
Bigger than the SHF figure. Funny. Oh, there's the car. Look at that car. Oh yeah, I see what you meant by how you didn't want to like dox yourself. I see what you assume.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I was like, ooh.
I totally wouldn't have even picked that up, and then also like that's such a like thing that I wouldn't have even noticed about. But then you're like, yeah, that is probably something that is very damnable.
Blocky's got the Toa Uniter proportions, man. The short arms and the long ass legs. God damn.
He's got he's got some.
But I want him.
They're too like into the rival style. The rivals women have like 20-foot legs and like 3-foot arms. That's fair.
If I see him, I'm definitely picking him up. But man, that red is not right.
It's very cartoony. It's like I guess the best way. Here's how to think about it. It is a cartoon adaptation of the movie. There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Blokees, that's our first topic. Not much to go
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. There's not much to talk about here, but I figured it would be fun to at least quickly mention it. We did get a new look at Ultron. I mean, it is a digital render, so it's not that exciting, but hot damn. Bro looks sexy as hell.
Looks like Ultron.
They put a little fucking squiggle in his eye. I'm excited. They're saying he's due out in August, so I get about a break where I have to make another Blokees review and then also make another Blokees review, and that's all I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, apparently. But dude, he looks so fucking cool. And then, out of nowhere, they decided to announce that they were doing, kind of a little late, but I guess better late than never, they're doing a Born Again Season 2 Black Suit Daredevil. Which is
interesting.
Yeah, it's very weirdly timed, I would say.
Yeah, this is, I would say, poorly timed.
This isn't as
like you might as well wait until season 3 comes out at this point. Like,
yeah,
I don't
but if I'm being honest, I take this suit over the new one any day. Like,
oh yeah,
this is the suit that I would have wanted. I'm going to pull this up, too, because this is actually really interesting. There was another Blokees figure that I think got shown. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I mean, he looks fun. He looks really good. I really like him.
He looks pretty cool. The head looks weird. I don't know, something about the head cowl.
It's very, again, what you gotta understand with Blokees, it's very stylized. You know, you're never gonna get like a one. I will say though, all things considered, the Sue, you're not gonna be able to see it on camera, but if you it's actually pretty damn close to the game. So like the Rivals figure is very close to what they look like, but everything else like MCU, they kind of like cartoonify it for some reason. Maybe because they don't have the rightness. What am I? Likeness rights.
Might be
That's what I'm
illegal.
trying to
Might be a legal thing. Yeah.
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 Because the David Cornsweet Superman looked pretty good for the most part, but it was still stylized. It looked more like David Cornsweet than the McFarlane figure or the SH Figure Arts figure. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm tempted by this though. This might be really cool. I need to see more pictures of it. I need to see like what people can do with it, but because I'm not getting the Marvel Legends, so I don't know. Maybe I do. This suit is sex, so I don't know.
Suit is sex. It is a great suit.
This was weird though. This was like, so this isn't that exciting, but I figured I'd also post it because this is the most random thing. We know about the light line for Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is just they're still Blokees figures, but they're even more simplified and more cartoony.
Yeah, they're even more cartoony. Look at that Black Widow. Jesus.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. They're doing a fucking Black Widow for some
She looks
reason.
she looks like fucking Toy Story, dude. Like what the
Jessie.
fuck?
She does look like Jessie.
Jessie.
It's tactical
looks like
Jessie.
Jessie.
She's ready for war.
Yeah.
It was really weird that they're doing a Black Widow randomly from like 2019 or whatever. Wait, is that the in-game suit or is that?
I like that it just says it just says female.
Female and an agile male next to her. And then muscular.
That's what they used to call me in high school. What did you say? What were you gonna ask?
That is from Endgame. That's the Endgame suit, right? I thought it was from Black Widow, but I think that's the Endgame suit.
No, that's Endgame.
Okay, that is it.
They just didn't color the hair right.
Gotcha. Oh, right, because she has the semi-dyed blonde. Yeah. That's so specific. I didn't think they were gonna put that in there, anyways. It's just interesting. It's a very random.
I think they're just trying to get like we need every major character in this scale/style, and so they're just they're just trying to get like we need a Black Widow out that can your Spider-Man and your Wolverine and your whatever.
Well, they're clearly trying to. Well, in this picture specifically, obviously they're demonstrating the body type upgrade. That's literally what it says. Yeah. They're just trying to show this light line. There was a baby. Do you remember that baby Spider-Man line that like they were all really kind of chibi and like simple, but they looked really fun and posable? That's what the ones on the side are, I think.
Yeah, I always wanted one of those, but they never came over here, so I couldn't get one. The
Scarlet Spider, I think, is one of those, and so this is an upgrade to that, but it's not It's not the standard champion class. It's weird. Blokees. Ty and I were talking about this. Blokees has so many fucking random variables in the line. It's really confusing to like keep track of everything.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's really bizarre, but I don't know. It's been fun to try to make sense of it all. And ultimately, if you like something, buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's simple as that. Okay, I'm going to pivot into SH Figure Arts here to talk about the next topic. What a great seamless transition. I'm
going to transition right now.
I'm going to transition into the next topic. I haven't gotten to talk about her because there's only been teases and stuff, and there hasn't been enough to talk about, but there is a new SH Figure Arts One Piece figure that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
And it is
Goon City.
Robin. It is Goon City. She is quite goonified, I will say that. She's got those bad one. Why'd you send
it in the sacred list chat, you freak?
Fuck, you're right. Oh, I really did. I truly did fuck up. I truly fucked up. It's fine. I can undo it. See? The magic of fucking...
Fix it.
Fix it. So, yeah. Their SHF is doing Nico Robin. Makes me a happy boy. There are some interesting things about it. First of all, I predicted that they were going to do this look. I was right. Everyone, you know, I was correct. Not hard to guess, but I was right. Because I made a whole short about how basically Robin doesn't have like an iconic first outfit like the rest of the Straw Hats. She has like a bunch of different outfits. So I was like, oh, what's it gonna be? They chose the look from her like big arc, so that makes sense. And then
Okay.
they can kind of springboard into other figures from this arc, because this was a big, important arc for her and other characters. It's really weird to see. It's so weird looking at her like next to Nami, because the proportions are obviously so much more exaggerated now. Uh, like
Yeah.
it's really. I know those are the One Piece proportions. Always look
Oh,
like that.
well, when
Hmm?
you have Oda's brain and it's like binary, the way he's like been like, there's like the women before Big Tit, and now every woman after Big Tit Revelation has same Big Tit.
Yeah, it's true.
Now he's not used to having two different body types on screen for women.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and
Oh,
these were different eras. These were different.
yeah,
You've got
yeah,
early One Piece, and then you've got like 300 episodes in or whatever. So it is.
interesting.
It's very It's very strange to see it next to each other, but she still
Yeah,
looks good. I still am quite happy that we're getting her. She's one of my favorite characters.
I
So
like the arms. I wish she came with more.
yeah, that's one of my big issues. She doesn't come with enough accessories. Ty Scooney. She doesn't come with
Tygoon.
enough. She doesn't come with enough shit. And that makes me kind of sad. I also feel like some of it is a little bit like, I feel like they kind of made her crying face look a little weird. It's just one of those things that I don't think translated very well in 3D. She looks very flat and weird. I don't know how else to explain it. Photo of her specifically, like with her arms behind her back, going ah, it just looks really strange. I don't know.
She doesn't have a very expressive face.
No, but in the anime, it's such a big. Let me see if I can hold on. I want to. It's so like important, and I really feel like the style of it just didn't really translate to the figure.
Oh, there's not enough nose and shit going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's such an expressive moment for her, and I feel like it's a little flat on the figure, which is fine. That's just a nitpick. I don't think she comes with enough hands. I don't think she comes with, again, there should have been way more like effect pieces. There should have been a plastic piece with like her flowers on it. Like there's
Yeah.
no good, aside from the arms, there's no good representation of her power here, which is a big problem with this line. Um, I don't know. It's I'm pretty look, I'm happy to get her. I'm more than happy, but this is not my favorite outfit for her, and it's not my favorite set of accessories. I'd be more interested in seeing other versions of the character, because I do like Robin a lot, but this is not again, not my favorite. But I'm still happy. Still happy to add her to the crew. We're two more steps away from completing that original pre-time skip crew, so that makes me really happy.
Hell yeah.
I cannot wait to get Frankie, my goat. But yeah, that's it for her. I don't know if there was anything else SH Figure Arts related. Not really. I think they did reveal some other stuff, but nothing.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, you don't follow it, so it doesn't matter.
I couldn't tell you.
It's fair. Okay. But we are going to pivot into something that's maybe a little less interesting, but still kind of fun. They are doing more Mario Galaxy movie figures.
Oh, this is weird. This is such a weird.
This is very strange, but there's some disappointment here. There's also some. If Ty was here, he could talk a lot more about how excited he was for some of these.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff here, but there is also some like, so they're doing the Mario, the Ty
They're doing the Mario.
Ty calls him Dark Mario or whatever. Like, I don't remember what he called him. He got really excited about
Tyler
it.
Martinez. He's got Tyler colors. He's Tyler Mario.
He is. Yeah, this is Tyler Mario. This is if Mario was Tyler. Wow. He obviously really wanted this, so he's super excited for this. And I'm happy for him. I don't think I need it, but it is pretty cool.
Sorry, Tyler. I kind of preferred it was just like a Fire Flower version, but
that's true. We should have gotten. Oh wait, we did get a Fire Flower version, I think.
Really? Where?
I think. Now hold on. Whoa, hold on a second. False memory implantation is happening.
Are you gaslighting me? I don't think we did.
Hold on. I feel like I've seen it. There's no way. No. Okay, that's not a thing. I got really excited. Oh, you know what it was? There's a fucking weird like plush figure that exists of it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Why. Yeah, these
Gotcha.
figures. I remember being like, I'm pretty sure we're getting it. Okay, that's. Yeah, I would love a standard Fire Mario for sure. I think they kind of dropped the ball with not giving us a Fire Mario. But this is cool. Obviously, Ty's really excited, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
I don't think I need it. Cloud Luigi's pretty
Yeah.
fun. I like him. He's,
Cloud Luigi's cool, but I wish he was normal Luigi. US, we don't have. I'm kind of hoping that they just kind of hoping that they just start stalking him next to these, you know, just like because you know what I mean? Yeah.
They've done that with the Sonic figures, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, oh,
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
Luigi, here you go, because you guys don't have him over there.
Nope, still don't have my own new Luigi.
I think he's a really weird situation because you were like, oh, if you see one, pick him up. I think he's exclusively like an EB exclusive over here. It's really weird. I don't know why.
Oh, weird.
Because I don't think I've ever seen him at Walmart. So I think he's exclusive to like one place. It's very strange.
That's strange.
Very bizarre Luigi mentality.
He looks cool. He looks cool, but it's just a bizarre. Like, why isn't it like Fox McCloud or something? Like, why the fuck is it Cloud Luigi?
Started. No, I would argue I need Peach way less than fucking Fox McCloud. Because
okay, I disagree. All
right.
Because they've never released a classic style Peach in this scale with this articulation. They've never done it. Like even last movie, was racing Peach. She was hurt in her race.
There was a normal Peach as well.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
Are you sure? Am I gaslighting myself?
It had way less articulation. This is way more articulated than that one, but it was. They did release a Peach in the last.
I thought it was just a race car Peach.
No, that was Wave 2, I think. Wave 1 was Mario.
Oh, you're totally right. You're 100% right. I'm gaslighting myself.
I mean, I never got her. I don't think any of us did. So
yeah, she looked like garbage compared to this one.
Her face was not great, and her face in this one's still actually not that good.
Not bad. I don't know.
The articulation is better.
I'm happy to get a well-articulated Peach, and she's got all the Peach accessories that you would want for a Peach, and not some weird shit.
She does include one more umbrella than the last one, so that is good. She has the open umbrella. Yeah. The last one just came with the closed one. I don't know. She looks alright.
I just feel like, am I crazy for being like Mario figures in the scale with this articulation? You want all the major characters in their classic forms, right? Like, is that? Am I stupid?
No, they definitely improved the articulation for like Mario and Luigi. They're much better. These look pretty good. I know. Again, I actually like the Toy Biz hands are like they're very like take it or leave it. Some like Luigi has a fucking claw. Like when his hand is open, so it does look really strange.
He's got to cup your balls.
He's got an Andrew Garfield like grabbing ball hand. Mario makes a pretty good fist. Luigi's fist is a little fucked. Peach looks good. Again, there's a waist cut there. Her wrists do seem to have a lot more articulation, which is really good.
He's got proper arm articulation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better than
before. Her head's not going to move at all.
I think before it was literally just her shoulders and then her elbow and like her wrist maybe did that. I never bought that figure.
Yeah. Well, okay, but there's Bowser.
Yeah, there's Big Chungus Bowser.
He's got new articulation.
He does, because the old one was a gas-breathing freak.
Yeah, you could fart in your mouth or whatever, and you could breathe it in.
I never got him for that reason. I was like, I don't need this. Yeah. I mean, he's just going to be
he's got butterflies, he's got ankle pivot, he's got the clamping hands. I mean, this is what you want for Bowser, right? Yeah. I mean, there he is.
I think I got to get him. I think I'm locked in.
Yeah. I might have to get him too. I might get him too.
He looks awesome. I mean, he looks really fun. Bowser's been he has such a particular body shape. They've just like never made a good figure of him, really.
Yeah.
The one I have, the game one is all right, but his arm is like fixed up all the time, and he's like, you gotta like, it's really like weird and like kind of like that. And I'm not saying this Bowser's not gonna be able to like do this with his hands down by his but he's Bowser. He doesn't have to. He's gonna stand like
Bowser kind of walks around like this.
Yeah, he's a big like that's how he walks. So he looks good.
But this one, I mean, this will be better. This will still be way.
I like the articulation. I like what they got going on. I Junior had some lesser articulation, so I hope it's a little better on this guy. Yeah, no, he looks fun. I'm excited to get him. But then what the fuck, guys? No Fox? Are we?
Yeah, no Fox.
That is a major L. I'm just gonna say it right now. That is like
no new Toad.
Yeah, Ty was mad that there's no new Toad. I'm sorry, we didn't need Peach. I'm sorry. I know she's in the movie. We didn't need a new Peach. I don't know. I would have taken, and I know I was, because the power-ups are cool. I like the power-ups, but I would have taken, I would have swapped out Peach for Fox, in my opinion. I don't know. I really wanted Fox.
Fuck out both these fuckers.
I'm
Donkey Kong. He's technically in the movie, technically in the film, sort of. Donkey Kong. Where's Donkey Kong?
Yeah, I guess he's in the movie.
Why don't we have a fucking Donkey Kong to scale
that is weird. I don't know why they didn't do that for the first movie.
What the hell, man? It's like a major goddamn character.
The Mario waves in general have been very weird. It's not like Sonic where they got like multiple waves and they were like, oh yeah, we'll give you.
Yeah, they give you all the guys you want. Mario's like, maybe we'll give you some of the guys you want.
They didn't do Metal Sonic or Amy, but they're such minor parts of the movie that it doesn't really matter.
They're totally gonna do it for the next one.
Getting them for the new one, yeah.
You're gonna get them in the next few months, dude.
They've literally announced that they're going to do figures for that movie. Like they've already been like, "Hey guys, they're coming." So like we know they're on the way. But the Mario waves are weird. They've always been kind of inconsistent. It's like they'll start wave 1, it'll have all the characters, that's fine, or like some of the characters that you want. And wave 2 is like power-ups and variants, and it's like, okay, well, I want
like specific weird ass power-ups. Like to me, the normal Mario power-ups. All right, there's little Mario, there's slightly taller Mario, there's Fire Flower, there's Star. You know, like those are the traditional classic ass power-ups, and it's like, here's Cloud, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen that shit in my life.
I mean, it was during the big final battle of the movie, so you know.
No, I mean, like even in the movie itself, like if you're gonna make it's just weird that those are. I know that they're in the game, but to me, it's like the Fire Flower, maybe the Ice Flowers. Those ones are pretty classic, you know, like.
That was literally just done because it was the Galaxy movie, and they're like, we got to put the Galaxy power-ups in. I get the logic behind it, but I do understand.
I get it, but I didn't play Galaxy, so I don't give a fuck.
I know, but it is a Galaxy movie, so you can't complain too much about it.
Kind of. It's like 10% a Galaxy movie.
I mean, it's literally called the Mario Galaxy movie, so
I know, but then there's Fox in it, and there's Odyssey, and there's all these other bullshit. And
I still think no Fox is a big fat F.
I agree. That's a huge L on their part.
We're not getting him. That's just not happening. If they're not,
it's not gonna happen.
If this wave doesn't sell well, which I don't think it will, you know, I don't think this
Me
wave
neither.
will do gangbusters. Unfortunately, I don't even know if the first wave sold well. I have no idea. I see them all the time, so I don't think they're selling amazing. I don't think the thing is the Sonic movie 3 figures were literally like some of them were really hard to find at certain points.
Yeah.
Like some of them were elusive. And then we went to fucking Toys R Us in the States, and there was like a 50 million Supersonics for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
That was funny.
That was funny. You're like, look at all the Supersonics. And I'm like, well, I got fucking 4 at home, so it's fine.
There you go.
But yeah, there's not much to that. I just figured it would be fun to briefly talk about. Okay, switching things over a little bit to some sneaky leaks, Mr. Thatchmack.
Uh-oh. What leaks? Huh?
We'll talk about some Daredevil.
Big D.
Leaks. Yeah. I don't know if you'd call these leaks necessarily, but they kind of are. I mean, there's not...
Set photos.
Yeah, set photos. We're going to talk a little bit about Double D's new D's.
Double D's nuts.
Yeah, Double D's nuts.
Double D's...
So take
Hold on, I got you, fam. Hold on.
Yeah, take it away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna post these photos because that way I can talk.
Yeah, that's true.
So we got.
That photo is so funny.
I know. I love him in his little. I love when he wears his little baseball hat.
He's so afraid.
He's like, oh no. When your mom finds out you didn't actually clean your room and you shoved it all in the closet. Yeah, that's what I would say.
When your mom catches you playing DS at 1 a.m.
So first of all, we found out that Elektra is going to be in the movie.
She is.
And then she's going to don an Elektra costume, right? Okay, cool. And she's got a little bandana.
She's got the headband.
Got a headband. Not a full one, but that's still better than what we normally get from the Netflix.
I fuck with that heavy. I like that.
I freak with it. I like it too. I actually think this is probably
the best. Her best look for her. This is
Yeah,
quite good.
I would argue this is the best look for Elektra on film. I would go as far as to say that.
Absolutely.
Which
Well, we're not
the bar's
fucking,
not very bar's not very high.
We're not
it's not a high bar.
We're not taking into account the fucking movie. We're not taking into account that shit.
Well, and then you saw this, and then we started getting photos of like Charlie Cox. We got like the back of this new suit. We're like, okay, there's a new Daredevil suit. Cool, right? We didn't get a full look, and then we did, and everyone went, ugh.
Yeah.
and then you see it next to Elektra, and you go, oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
They're like matching here, you know.
It's true.
Yes. But I will say we'll get into. I think we should talk about Elektra second. There's more to talk about than the Daredevil suit, because Elektra's like a full-on character and got plot implications and shit.
Yeah.
This is just, how does the Daredevil suit look? It's super mid. Like, I don't know, man. Most people don't really seem to care for it all that much.
Right.
Seeing it like next to the Elektra, like, yeah, they accent each other. It's not like a dog shit design for a superhero costume. He's got the Miles Morales lines going on. The bleeding armpit.
There's a few things. I need to see it like in HD. I need to see it on screen. I need to see, because they could make it look better. That's always a thing. Like the black suit looked great in behind the scenes stuff. It looked awesome, but it looks fucking amazing on camera. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and then they also hid like the best parts of it when it was really damaged. Like, we didn't really get to see that until the show came out. And you're like, whoa, that was sick.
I understand where they're coming from with it. I've even heard some people say this. This might be a bit of an ass pull. I don't know how true this is, but some people are saying it almost like acts like the shadow on a Daredevil's suit. How sometimes it's really black.
I've seen that.
I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that's really what they were going for, but I guess I can understand that in a way. It's pretty thin.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
The only thing that gives me like maybe that's what they're going for. Here, I've got another suit. I've got another photo I should send because it's got better look at the colors.
Yeah.
Because the colors, the red is not as purpley. It's just normal Daredevil Netflix red. You know, that like burgundy red.
It's true. It does look purple in some of these photos. It's really interesting.
But no, this is a more accurate. Like, this is what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
That's the suit.
That looks a little bit better.
Yes. What I'll say about it is he's in the first time we saw it, he's walking in. Specifically, he opens a door and there's like neon red lights in that room. Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing that makes me think maybe meant to lighting if they're going to shoot like an action scene in specifically like a neon red lit room. I can kind of see there's a world where like the way the light hits it, it's going to look a little different, you know? But I don't know. I think it's more so just supposed to match Elektra. I think that's also, I think it's meant to match Elektra, and I think they went, oh man, everyone loved the black and red scuffed up suit. What if we made like a real suit that was like that, and it just doesn't have the same sauce? Like, it just does not have.
Yeah, it's not really what we wanted. I don't know. Well, where were you going to go, I guess, is sort of the question. Because, like...
Well... You just do a red fucking costume with the fucking double D's on it. Like, come on, man. Also, they need to Spider-Man Daredevil here. Like, they need to sort of make his suit even lower budget, in my opinion. Like, I want the, like, tactical pants and then the, like, sports, like, tight up, like, red top look, you know, that he has. You know, where he looks a little bit more athletic.
Yeah.
With the red cowl and the D's. Like, I want something like that, you know? Like... something more grounded.
You kind of want Bullseye's outfit, basically, but in
red. Yes, but red and with the double D's.
Honestly, could go fucking hard. I could see the vision.
That's what I want.
The tactical, because you're right. I don't think tight pants would really work for him. I think it would look weird. I think it would look very strange.
No, I agree. Like something like shitty, but still looks like Daredevil. You know what I mean? And not that shitty.
I probably would have gone more fucking, what's that look when he's got the, first of all, he's also shaved, which I I don't fuck with that. I know he's been shaved.
You don't like him
before.
shaved? I've been waiting for him to fucking shave for a while.
I like
honestly.
the beard. I've really grown attached to him with a beard. And also he has a big beard in prison, so I guess it makes sense. I guess he shaves it.
Well, there's a couple things here as well. First of all, I was gonna say, the suit reminds me design-wise. It just, I was telling Ty this, it just feels unnecessary. It feel you know what it reminds me of exactly. It reminds me of that fuck ass red, black, and gold suit from the end of No Way Home, where you're just like, why? Like, why did we need him another suit design? Just put him in the fucking normal suit, like the suit he's had for the last movie. I know it's like, oh, but a little bit of the Iron Spider from the arms goes on, and it's like, why would it do that? Why would it just make a gold? I don't know. It always felt really contrived to me.
I'm one of the 3 people that actually likes that suit, so whatever.
I think that suit looks like, I don't hate it, but it's completely unnecessary. Like, there's no, it's just and it also feels like, we need a new Spider-Man design. What do we do?
No,
well, what haven't we done yet?
It's definitely.
What haven't we done yet? Like, do we do something new, or do we just do a new organization of things we've had before?
It's
right?
For
it's
the
like
toys. It's definitely for the merch. It's definitely meant to be like, oh, look, it's gold Spider-Man, but he's got a big epic. Like, I get it. I like it, but I do understand why people don't like it. I get it. I understand.
It's just like,
it's unnecessary.
My point is, you're taking elements from old suits and you're just kind of reorganizing and slapping them together in a way, right? Like, there's nothing.
For me, it's the culmination of the Tom Holland Home trilogy of them getting a fucking 20 suits. It's like, that's like the ultimate culmination of him getting,
guess.
Which is not, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's what it reminds me of. It's just like meant to be like, oh, the final fucking suit that's meant to be like, oh, look.
I get. I'm just saying from an aesthetic. I'm just saying aesthetically.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I understand.
And the reason I'm making that comparison is because this is that. This is like, there's nothing new here. It's just elements from the older Daredevil suits reorganized to make something new, right?
Like red, we did black. Oh yeah,
did black. Red and black, and we did the double D. The only thing I like is the raised double Ds. Those look great.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. This looks like this is like Daredevil. This is like a sponsored Daredevil.
I said he looks like a recolor of Smash Filter.
Yeah, he does.
Someone said he looks like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, I got racer vibes from him. I think I said that. I think he looks like a racer.
Somebody said
he looks like a guy who would drive a car. I don't know. It's very, like, it's still a good suit. I just noticed there's D's on his belt. That's cute.
Yeah, he's always had those.
Oh, has he? Okay. I'm an idiot.
The silver things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's always had those.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't know. I really just want like a stripped back red suit with the D's. Like, that's all I need, man. Also, why is he wearing this with his identity revealed and that? Like, what plot reason does he have to wear this?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, especially since he's in prison for probably a decent chunk of season 3. And then Elektra, I mean, I'll be honest, this Elektra suit is cool. I like it.
Dude, I love it. I think they nailed it. I think it's hard to do.
Like,
what's that?
Why am I excited to see Elektra? Like, why in no world I should be excited to see this character, but for some reason I am. I don't know why. I'm like
well, it's first of all, like, Elodie Yung was never miscast as Elektra. She was always a fine Elektra, she was just written, the way she was written into the story was fucking bizarre. You know what I mean? And also, like, we've gotten 2.5 seasons of Kingpin, which is fine. I love Kingpin, but I think noticeably people are like, hey man, can we get some other villains, some other guys in here? And we just saw the Hand in Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
So we know they're already they're doing shit. So
they're back, and now it's like, well, if the Hand's back, where the fuck is Elektra? Elektra does not look like, her suit does not match the Hand's outfits at all.
No.
I don't know if that's because she's not working for them. I don't know what that is. Or she could be working for the government, for like Bullseye or something. I think everyone would love to see Elektra and Bullseye meet, but it's just like, it feels like I think people really want new. They want the story to move forward, and also like there's enough goodwill with Born Again at this point where, you know, ideally they're able to kind of make these characters that didn't work before work again, you know? And I've always been like, I'm not like throw out the kitchen sink and start over kind of person. I'm like, yeah, Elodie Young could have worked. It's just the way, like, you can still flip that, you know, same thing. I mean, I don't know about Iron. I feel like you got to transition into a new Fist at some point. I don't know.
The fact they're too scared to give him a costume, and that pisses me off. That's like, come on. You got like one job, man. You fucking... It's just, it's stupid. I will say...
It is. What's up?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
It is nostalgic. That shot of them standing together really reminds me of that shot of him grabbing her arm. You know, there's like this shot where he's like, he grabs her arm and they look at each other, and there was press releases for that thing.
My whole big fear now is like, oh, he's wearing the same suit. He's gonna be edgy, and he's gonna be like, I love you, Elektra. Don't worry, I will never betray you. Like, he's gonna be that Daredevil, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Is it gonna be that, or is it gonna be the opposite, where she's working with him or for him, you know, or trying to team up? Because I think that's also what we all really deep.
Yeah.
The Daredevil Elektra, like, come on, man.
Please. The worst
please.
part about Elektra in the show is that she's trying to pull Matt away and like from his life and like trying to like detach that thing, and that's what we hate. I know that's the point, and that's what they did, but it's still annoying. We don't. It's annoying in that season because he's actively ruining the plot of that season. That's what's frustrating.
Well, also, what hurts is they gave you this excellent Punisher storyline that you're invested in, and they're actively pulling Matt Murdock, who has a great dynamic with Punisher, away from the Punisher, and that's what's frustrating. Like, everyone else is in the much better version of the show with the Punisher, and Matt Murdock is in the shit stuff in the show.
He has to deal with the edgy, like, you'll be reborn, and you can fight your destiny. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Can you calm down?
And then they give her no personality whatsoever in Defenders. She's just like a robot.
Yeah, she's an emotionless robot. But fucking Sigourney Weaver is like, it's your destiny to fight him. And she's like, okay,
yeah, they need to drop the black. What would they call her? Like the black fucking Mamba or whatever the fuck they call it. Black Sky. Black Sky.
Yeah, they need to get rid of the blade. Well, you know what? Fucking
drop any reference to the Black Sky.
What? Stick his dead, so I think we're in the clear.
We need Elektra with her like her. I don't want to say snarky. Her like, I don't know.
She's
like
sarcastic,
kind of like bad girl personality.
Yeah.
But
girl boss.
Trying to do the right thing. Right?
Yeah.
We need her with the attitude, but trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, because
that's what we want. That's how you make the character work. Everyone would love that.
This definitely is not hand Elektra. If it is, then it just stylistically doesn't make sense.
It doesn't match.
The only thing that would make sense, I guess, would be the wrist wraps and like the hang down bit of her, like I don't know what you'd call it, the belt, I guess. That's like the only thing, and I guess the headband. But like other than that, it's like the wrong color. It just doesn't work. Like the hand in Brand New Day is fucking bright red. Like they look
awesome.
They look great, dude. The main like.
For the love of God, Daredevil, just take the way the hand looks in Spider-Man and just make them look the exact same in your show. I'm begging you. Please.
And it's not even like it's a style. It doesn't fit the style of the show. You have fucking goofballs running around.
Oh come on! You're bringing in Iron Fist and fucking and Luke Cage.
Luke Cage has a fucking yellow suit on. Like come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's silly. Like embrace. I'm so worried that this show is like afraid to embrace being a comic book show. It's like just do. I'm not saying they're
doing better than the original show did, for sure.
Way better than the original show.
But you're right. They do need to like accept internally, like yeah, man. They could totally. They need to just be like, yeah, man. Like there's a Spider-Man swinging around, and
I fucking get it, man. I know Netflix has a very specific vibe, and they're trying to appeal to the Netflix people. They're also trying to appeal to the comic book people. I get it. It's hard.
Yeah, there's a lot going
easy. On. Guess what?
Yeah.
Bullseye looks fucking amazing. And guess
Bullseye
what?
Bullseye looks fantastic.
A perfect blend between the Netflix era and the comic era. Perfect.
Hasbro, I swear to God, I know you're going to want to do this Daredevil and that Elektra 2-pack. Mm-hmm. Do not do that. You need to do either Elektra and Bullseye or Daredevil and Bullseye, but Bullseye has to be a figure. You have to make that suit a figure. I swear to God, I'm gonna beat your ass if you
Watch.
don't.
They're like,
This is your
oh,
time.
Bullseye figure's coming, and it's season 1 Bullseye.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to shoot myself.
It's not
Jesus
even.
Christ.
It's not even the better version of that suit. It's just the worst version of that suit from season 1. From like the 10 minutes that he wears it in that fucking
Oh
season.
God. Oh my God.
I would take a season. Well, I wouldn't take, but I would like to see a season 2 Bullseye suit. I think it looks pretty decent. I much want. Season 3 Bullseye suit is way fucking higher up on the like.
I think
incredible suit.
I think I can say this as well. Seeing this outfit and like, there's no way like in anything other than like the last episode or 2, right? Like, there's no way.
This is not. You're saying
Yeah.
this is in the last episode.
This is either the last episode or I'm saying this is like right at the end.
Gotcha.
Like, there's no way she's going to be throughout the season.
That's
that
more of a
much.
season
Like,
4 thing, is what you're.
yeah,
saying.
that's what. So my point was, I think this is going to be a 4 season. I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to wrap it up at season 4, and that they're going to set up an Elektra Hand storyline for season 4.
They're probably pretty close to wrapping up, I'd imagine. I don't think.
Yeah, well, it's at this point, it's like, is it going to be season 3 or season 4? I hope. I mean, it looks to me like they're not. This doesn't look like a finale. You know, they're introducing a major character like at the last minute. I don't think this is the end of the show. I think it's probably going to be one more season.
She might be introduced earlier, but just not in suit. Just casual clothes or whatever. She's walking.
They got to introduce the Defenders and shit. They got a lot to do this season.
This is a big season. This is gonna be. There's a lot gonna be going on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Daredevil season 2 was fucking peak. I love that season. Sorry, not Daredevil. Born Again season 2, not Daredevil season 2. That's my least favorite.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I just don't. The Daredevil suit's not great. It's kind of mid. The
kind of cringe.
Looks great.
Pretty cool.
I'm a fan. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they made me give a shit about Elektra, but they're doing it. So
just write her better now, please.
Please keep
Please.
Jeff Loeb far away from this script.
Yes, for the love of God.
Don't let him have anything to do with this shit, okay? Then you're good.
Oh, man.
But from one Marvel property to another that closely relate, I wanted to let you talk a little bit about Spider-Man a little bit, because you haven't been on.
Spider-Man. Dude.
You haven't been on. You haven't been able to talk about Spider-Man.
Yesterday, I was drinking my Spider-Man liquid IV, thinking about what I was going to say.
You're in your fantastic. I remember you did the exact same thing when Fantastic Four was coming out, where you're just buying everything related to it. You're just like,
well, the thing is, we don't get a Fantastic Four movie every year. So I was like, fucking finally, I get some fun merch. Spider-Man, I've had to wait 5 fucking years to do this. I'm not going to do this with Across the Spider-Verse, man. Fuck that shit. But I'm going to, Beyond.
You're probably going to do it with X-Men. You're probably going to do it with X-Men.
Oh, no, I'm not that big of an X-Men fan.
I don't know. No. I think if it looks good, if the movie looks really good and you're like, ooh, maybe.
No, I'm not. No, don't worry.
I don't know.
No,
we'll see,
I'm not. There's no way.
That'll be something. That'll be Aiden. Aiden will do that. He'll buy.
Aiden, yeah.
He'll buy like the fucking X-Men Band-Aids.
I got the Little Caesar Spider-Man pizza.
You got the Little Caesar Spider-Man pizza.
Day, so I was like dying of hunger, and then my stomach like digested the pizza way too fast, and it was disgusting. So that was gross. But overall, I'm in my Spider-Man era.
You are.
Dude, I bought tickets for the movie to see in our local theater, and then I got this job offer for the residency, so I'm going to be in another state. So my girlfriend's going to have to go see. I'm like, can you please go and just see it so I don't waste those tickets, because you've like the best seats in the fucking house. All right. Like, I got you like the center. And then I had to get in contact with the people I'm working with and be like, what is your local theater? I ordered tickets for the movie in the, on the Thursday it comes out where I'm staying. So I've had to buy tickets for this thing like 3 times. So yeah, there was a new trailer. I'm not going to talk too much in depth about that because you guys already talked about it, but what I'll say is it looks good. It looks very good.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a lot going on in the movie. I would like to say, I don't know if you remember when we first talked about the first trailer, but I said in the fight scene with Scorpion, the first trailer, right? Which at that point, all we had seen was he whacks him and then he's doing like this and he's like, hey, Peter, or whatever, right? That was all we saw in that first trailer. I said, what if he's being mind controlled by the mind control villain? Like, oh, that has confirmed he is being mind controlled in that scene. That is not Scorpion. That is someone using Scorpion to fight Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
And we've seen a couple. I'm not gonna. What was that?
I think I missed that. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Did you hear what I said, or did it cut out?
No. I meant like I missed that he was being mind controlled. Like I like completely.
Oh, that wasn't in this trailer. That was in another TV spot.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. That was in like another spot where he says something like, "You think I'm Scorpion?" And it's like, oh, so he's being mind controlled. There's a couple things like that. It looks like a lot of the action scenes or the villains we've seen will be tools used by the main villain throughout the movie.
The Hulk,
Probably the Hulk. So I don't want to say too much, but I will say I am noticing people are starting to put the pieces together. I've always been saying this is a whodunit, like who's the villain movie. I've been trying to say that the whole time, right? Like, it's gonna be a lot more like Superman, where Superman was like every villain in Superman was linked to Lex Luthor, right? Like there's all these villains, there's the kaiju, there's the Hammer, there's the fucking Ultraman, but they were all really just a part of, like, Lex Luthor was the villain, right? Spider-Man is a similar situation, except the villain I don't think is actually the villain. But we also did get our first look at Tombstone from the movie. He looks like a prick.
This was this was a funny line of events because Lego showed Tombstone first, and then as it was coming out, we saw less and less of him. So I was like, oh, did they mean to do that? Was that an accident? I was like, well, but clearly they didn't react to it or anything. So like, whatever. Yep. And Blokees also did a Tombstone, so it was it's really strange. Blokees did a
Tombstone, and then they set up a fake Peter Parker's apartment. And he had like a bulletin board where he had all of the villains.
He does look like an asshole. Dear God.
I actually love this Tombstone design because you know what he looks like? He kind of looks like Netflix Daredevil Tombstone a little bit. Like he's like a little bit grittier.
He's got,
but he has the fucking.
Yeah.
He's got it, dude.
Yeah.
They did it.
He's got it. He looks like he looks like he's used to getting punched in the face 50 times. Like he looks like he does. He's. Yeah, and I love
this guy. Would totally go toe to toe with Frank Castle and like a screaming punch in the face off. You know what I mean? Like that's the world he lives in.
He looks like a dickhead, as he should.
This guy knows Ma Ganucci for sure. He's got
superhuman strength, enhanced stamina, and fast reflexes. Hell yeah!
But it is interesting. Why hasn't he been in any of the trailers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't? And you know what else is interesting? Here's my gotcha moment, right?
Oh shit! Mm-hmm.
If you remember, they did you remember when they first saw Tombstone? When we first saw the leaked Tombstone, it was him like holding him up on the thing, and they were recreating that comic cover, right? That Tombstone comic cover. Yes. Let me just send a photo of that real quick so you can see it. So yeah, that was like, we were like, oh cool, and at that point we like knew that they were going around recreating comic covers, and we were like, oh, very fun. Well, recently they came out here and they released a spot where they showed all the comic covers they're recreating in the movie. They showed a new Scorpion comic cover that they're recreating in the snow. So there's going to be multiple Scorpion fights, which is cool. They showed the Boomerang comic cover. They showed the Tarantula one. And they showed Ramrod as well. The Ramrod, which is a new villain confirmed for the movie.
Oh, okay. That was a fucking pipe dream. I guess it actually happened. Yeah. There you go.
Yes, yeah. But they didn't show the Tombstone cover that we know they're recreating.
Yep.
Why didn't they do that?
Yeah.
Why? They showed two new comic covers we hadn't seen in the other trailer that clearly wanted to show. Why would they show the Tombstone one? Why wouldn't they do that, Braden? I wonder why. I don't know. Huh. Why is he in any of the trailers? I wonder why. Why is he only in toys and shit like that? I don't know. What's going on? Is Jean Grey really going to be a mass murder psychopath? I don't think so. That would be insane.
No.
This is a fun thing. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see. But I think they're clearly hiding Tombstone.
They are.
You know,
they definitely are.
If you've got question marks about this movie, there might be a Tombstone-sized hole there that just slots right in.
It's interesting to think about this whole movie. Why Tombstone? That's the big question mark. I was like,
do you want to know? Do you want to know why I think?
Go ahead.
I could be wrong. This is where everyone watching is like, you know what? Thatch is smart and reasonable. Then I'm gonna say this, and they're gonna go, that's fucking batshit insane. How would you even know that?
No, but then you goon when you're right in 2 months.
If I'm right, I'm gonna goon. This is where I go off the deep.
Okay.
Do you remember about a year and a half ago, Vincent D'Onofrio just randomly, unprompted, came out and was like, "Oh yeah, actually they can't legally use Kingpin in Spider-Man, so I'm probably never gonna meet him." And everyone was like, "That's a bummer." But wait, what? Well, huh? Yeah. And then why are you saying that now? Why didn't you know that before? What is that? Huh? Everyone was really confused, right? I'm wondering if the original draft of this had Kingpin as the main villain. They tried to get it, realized it wasn't going to work out. That's how D'Onofrio found out it wasn't going to work out. Gotcha. And then they had to replace him with Tombstone. Which, ironically, is not the first time that's happened because of legality. In Spectacular Spider-Man, they were going to put Kingpin, but they couldn't because of the rights, because that was a Sony show, not a Marvel show. That was before Marvel got the television rights to Spider-Man. Yep. And so they had to replace him with Tombstone. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, when you're in it for the long haul, you notice a pattern. But I have loved Tombstone. It is the year of Tombstone. We've gotten 2 live-action adaptations, a whole show origin story, basically, with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and a shit ton of Tombstone merch. He's cool, man. I'm here for it. I've always loved him. I've always loved him.
He looks awesome. He
looks good.
I mean, I know very little about crime bosses. I've always just known Silvermane and Hammerhead. I've always known those guys. And I'd love to see a Hammerhead in live. I don't know how the fuck they'd make it work, but I'd love to see a Hammerhead in live action at one point.
I think him look like Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, he would look like an ugly freak. They would just prosthetic the shit out of his face. Make him look weird as hell.
Dude, have my boy Hammer to come out with a Tommy gun. You got me. I'm locked in.
I want a Silvermane. I don't know how the fuck they do that, but I want that as well.
Well, they did it in Spider Noir, but they didn't do it in Spider Noir.
he would be more. I think it'd be more like Cyborg, like Cyberpunk.
Yeah. I was actually really sad. The Spider Noir one. I thought he was going to be a steampunk Silvermane, and that would have been really fucking cool. But I thought there was going to be a scene where he opened up his jacket. He's got a clockwork heart. I would have been dude, that's such a clever. They never did it though.
Oh, that sucks, man. Come on. You know what? We're getting the Tombstone redemption. We're gonna get.
There you go. There's a free idea for you. A noir version of Silvermane. That's a steampunk Silvermane. There you go. There you go. You can have that for free.
Spider Noir comics aren't good nowadays, but you know what? Somebody do it.
Do it. Last thing. This is my curveball, just to make you goon and feel in randomness. Right. This is a rumor that came out of nowhere that I want to talk about for shits and giggles. This is by Daniel RPK, who is pretty reliable. He leaked a shit ton of stuff about No Way Home right before it came out. He leaked a bunch of photos and shit about the movie. It was crazy. And I just found out about this yesterday. This is a rumor from Daniel. I don't know if you remember, but a year or so ago, we heard that what's her name from Thunderbolts was going to be in the movie.
Oh yeah, I have heard this. This is insane. I don't know.
This is insane. According to Daniel RPK, reliable source, Spider-Man: Brand New Day will reportedly feature a scene where Peter Parker and Elena Belova see each other naked.
Yeah. So what the fuck does that mean? That is the most bizarre shit ever. You pick the 2 characters who have had no interaction, and they're fucking.
I don't think they're fucking.
No, they're not
fucking. I would love it. I feel like it's an accident. I heard someone say, I don't think this is what it's gonna be, but that scene where he's in the web cocoon naked or whatever in the trailer, maybe he falls down, and then for a split second, while he's falling, he looks through the window, and she's about to get in the shower, and she's in her bathroom, and they just stare at each other, and then he just falls.
It's such a weird fucking cameo, though.
Or something some sort of accident. It feels like it's going to be some accidental circumstance, but either way, I really want that to be her only scene in the movie. In fact, if she doesn't even get a line of dialogue and this is all it is, that would be so fucking funny. Like that would be that's what I want. I want it to not even get acknowledged like as a real like crossover. I just want them to see each other naked accidentally. Nobody says anything. It keeps going. And everyone in the audience is like, everyone in the audience is like, well, I just okay.
Well, they would be like, wait, is that fucking Yelena? Like, what the fuck is she doing here? Like, everyone would be like, huh? Why is she in this movie? She gets like top credit.
I mean, I guess she lives in New York, and also the reason I want that is because then in Secret Wars, I would laugh my ass off if she sees Peter Parker and they just share like a look, like a.
Yeah,
because they both saw it, like, and they don't say anything, but they're both like, "Oh, remember that time?" Like, in their minds, they're like, "Is that the? Did I see that guy's dick?"
Yeah,
like, that's it. That's all.
This is so fucking weird, man. I don't even know what this. I really don't. I can't even imagine what this circumstance is right now. It doesn't sound real. Like. Everything about this movie is fucking like, what's happening here? Jean Grey's in the movie, what the fuck? Like, it's all, and then it's like, Yelena sees Peter's cock. It's like, what are you talking about? That's not
his cock and his balls.
It's not even a factor that I
don't know
considered.
To be fair, I would rather this than like she's an actual like real presence in the movie because there's too much shit. Like, if it's just
how does she even fit in? Like, why would she?
Exactly. But that like that it feels like a moment where Marvel's like, hey, can you put Yelena in the movie? Because like the Spider-Man and then bombed, and then I could see Sony's like, okay, all we're doing is we're gonna get this one like naked joke, and that's all you get. And Marvel's like, okay,
one joke, and they're like, I guess that's fine, you know.
I guess
they're like, we're gonna let you take the names because people like the Spider-Man hype shit, but like you can do whatever you want with Yelena, and they're like, I don't fucking know. Let them see each other naked for some reason. I genuinely, it's such a bizarre thing. I can't even picture it right now. It's so it's very
difficult. Yeah,
it's very alien to me. I can't. I'm excited to maybe see. Look, I love Yelena, so I'm happy to see her again.
Yeah,
no matter what context it is.
I just think it's funny. I had to put it out there. Even if it doesn't happen, it's just such a fun. Just even the screenshot is hilarious.
The mental image of this scene is fucking with my brain. I really can't, like, I'm excited. And we're getting to the point now where, like, I really don't want to know much about the movie. Like, I'm good.
But that's also why, there's other rumors that I haven't mentioned intentionally. This is the kind of rumor that doesn't ruin anything in the movie.
There is a rumor that I've been seeing that has me kind of scratching my head a little bit, but also it might be a fucking Moon Knight and fucking Captain America 4 bullshit thing that I saw off Instagram. So I'm not even.
Oh, I know. Ask me. Hold on. Ask me. What is it?
All right, I'll ask it. I've seen some Scarlet Witch
rumors. If it's a spoiler, everyone go away. What'd you say?
I've seen some Scarlet Witch fucking rumors that Sadie Sink is actually Scarlet Witch. That's fake? Okay, good.
I don't think that's real at all. No, I think that's some horse shit.
As a joke. And then I started seeing it pop up a lot after he said that. I was like, there's no fucking way.
No, I think that's more shit. In fact, we just found out that they cast her without an audition. And you usually only do that if it's like, we want Benedict Cumberbatch to be Doctor Strange. Right. We know he'll be good. Usually, so she's probably big old genie, most likely.
She let the genie out of the bottle.
Big old genie.
All right, fair enough.
The genie's out of the bottle. The genie's out. But can you imagine if she isn't? If she isn't, I'm gonna laugh my ass off in the theater.
I don't know who else it could fucking be. Watch it be fucking, what's his name? Jackal. Watch it be Jackal, but it's Jean Grey or it's not. It's fucking Sadie Sink as Jackal.
Everyone wants a goddamn Clone Saga storyline in these movies. I don't know, man. I don't know. Even Aiden's like, I think it could be interesting, and I'm like,
I think the movies would do it better than the comics. I just don't want it personally. I don't. I don't know if I need it. I don't know if I want it.
I mean, it's like my thing is like, if every other storyline had been exhausted, sure, but like, I still think there's room for a Kraven's Last Hunt, a symbiote, definitely. A proper scary scorpion venom, probably a hobgoblin. Like, I'd rather all those options.
There's a lot more, and we just got like down to.
And Miles, I mean, they're definitely gonna throw Miles into at least one of the movies in this trilogy as like a setup. Like, it's totally gonna happen.
we're getting basically what everyone wanted, where they wanted a more down to earth, more like street level Spidey movie. They're not gonna fucking jump into clones and shit like that right away. They're gonna probably take their time to. I mean, Symbiote's pretty crazy, but it's also familiar with Spider-Man, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that all you want to talk
he's
about?
He's probably gonna get it. I'm done. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
I'm all done.
You're good.
I'm satisfied.
Okay. Now, the next, keeping on the Marvel track, have you seen this at all?
No.
Okay, I kind of figured. I was going to ask you a couple things.
You can spoil it. I don't give a fuck. It's all good.
I mean, to be honest, there's honestly not too much I can say because it is a lot, man. X-Men 97 is a fucking... Yeah. It's a lot going on. It is a very... So, X-Men 97 dropped 3 fucking episodes on us. Aiden's seen all of them. If he was here, he'd be like, oh my god, this happens and this happens. But, like, to be honest...
Yep.
X-Men 97 is almost to the point where my eyes glaze over at a certain point. There's just a lot fucking going on. And it is unapologetically comic booky. Like, it is the most, like... I remember I had the exact same feeling when Season 1 dropped with the Goblin Queen episode. That is, like, almost too much. It's almost like, what the fuck is happening? There's, like, 2 genes and one's a fucking clone who turns into a witch. Like, it's like, whoa, now. You gotta slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
But X-Men 97 Season 1 was really fucking good. It tied it all together with this really tragic story. And this show fucking looks amazing. Blows Invincible out of the goddamn water.
Why is that even in the conversation?
I just wanted to say that because somebody compared it recently. I'm like, yeah, this is insane. This is insane how high this quality of this show is. It's crazy. Season 2 drops, and it's a lot of time travel. Basically, it's 3 episodes. One takes place in the future, the other one takes place in the present, and then the other one takes place in the past. And I love that structure because there's like I said, there's a lot fucking going on. Episode 1 is kind of basically set up where you're getting the apocalypse set up and all that stuff. And everyone's in crazy outfits. Like, Wolverine's got a fucking Batman mask on and his hair is like this. And you're like, what the hell is going on? We meet Nate Summers, who is voiced by the guy from Obsession for some reason. And it's every time he speaks, it's like, it's just Bear from Obsession. It was really strange to listen to. He's going to start talking about Nikki and you're like, what the hell? But he does a good job. It was probably my least favorite episode out of the bunch. Not because it was bad. It had some great moments, especially with Storm. She has some there's some amazing animation there, where she fucking summons the fire from a sun and it's crazy. And I'm not getting into specific things because again, just so much happens. If Aiden was here, he'd probably. And I think what we'll do is when the season ends, I'll probably try to. I'll hopefully try to. Aiden's got a lot going on, to be fair, but I kind of want to get Aiden on just to be like, okay, let's just review it overall. Episode 2 is my personal favorite. It is basically Jubilee and Sunspot are still in the present, and Cable's like, we're getting together a team, and then they create X-Force. And I love this episode because they changed the intro to X-Force 97. And it's
sweet.
It's so cool. They it's an entire X-Force based episode with Cable, Psylocke, Archangel, and then Jubilee and Sunspot. And they're fighting X-Factor, which is so interesting. The X-Factor is basically like the US, so they basically, you know how Cap kind of functioned in season 1 where he's kind of a military guy who just works for the government. That's what X-Factor is. They just work for the US government. That episode was really fun. I really liked seeing it. The X-Force team together. It was really fun. And then the last episode takes place in ancient Egypt, and they're basically the other team is trying to convince Apocalypse not to become Apocalypse. Basically, they're like, you're gonna be chill. You're gonna be one of us. You're gonna be a chill dude. And then he's like, no, I want to kill people. And then he just kills some guy. And then he goes insane. That's basically all that happens.
Okay, interesting.
So, but it's still good. It's really good, man. I'm being very basic because just so much shit happens, and it is gorgeous, and it's so well.
It is a dense show. It is a dense show.
It is which is what X-Men is. It's so like X-Men. It's so fucking like. Look, man, X-Men is such a complicated series, such a complicated franchise.
Yep.
As far as I understand, too, they're basically taking comic books from like decades and like shoving them together into like episodes, and it is insane what they're able to do with it, and still have it make sense. Jubilee gets a really fun fight scene where she's blasting music. That's really fun. Jubilee's great, man, and also
Jubilee is great.
When I was watching these episodes, I'm like, oh, there's like 2 more waves of action figures right there. I'm like, they have so much merch like that they can do for this. Like, they're definitely gonna make a Psylocke. They're gonna take the Game Reverse Psylocke, put an animated style head on. It's happening 100%. I guarantee you that's one of the next figures they announce. I already know it's happening. She's great in these episodes. We're probably gonna get Jubilee's new look. She's got longer hair now. All the X-Men have like multiple different costumes this season. It's just, dude, it is so much. It's a great show, but it is like, if you're not following it, it is so easy to get lost on like what's happening. It is like, it's a bit of a challenge, but it's for fans who grew up with the 90s series. I never watched the 90s series. I think Aiden's seen a bit of it, so he actually has a little bit more experience. I've never seen it. It's still generally easy to follow because it's just a well-written, like well-done show that like makes sense.
Yeah.
But man, it is a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. So I'm excited. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if they're going to release 3 more episodes next week. I kind of hope they slow down a little bit because I don't need fucking all these episodes all at once.
Yeah, each one episode is a meal. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
just, yeah, exactly. And I feel like, well, first of all, Ty and I just got done with my Vox Machina, and that was 3 episodes a week. So it's like, man, you gotta fucking calm. Having to watch like 3 episodes worth of content is always like so much to have to do, especially before a podcast. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I fuck with it heavy. It's great so far. I'm really looking forward to it. So,
it sounds great. It sounds like people still the same old high quality stuff as it was before.
I can't see this season being as big as season 1. I just can't. That season 1 had a really big impact. I remember when it came out, it was really big.
Well, I've heard people say that most of the most crazy shit that happened in season happened after episode like 5 and on. You know,
yeah,
and that we haven't quite got like if you were grading season 1 on impact based on just the first 3 episodes, it would be similar. Like it wouldn't be that crazy, you know. But then season 4 or 5 hit, and then they did Killed Off Gambit, and they did all the crazy shit, and then it was like, oh my god. So people are wondering if they're holding in a couple massive surprises. In this season,
I'd say season 1. Culturally is probably most like Gambit was probably the big one for sure. Magneto's speech, that's something I see referenced all the time. That shit goes hard. When he's like lifting the fucking Senate above the planet, that shit rocks. So yeah, I'm curious. I mean, again, it's so well written. I'm so curious. They're already working on season 3 already. We know this.
And 4.
Yeah, they're fucking locked in, man. They're just like they're gonna pump this shit out. This is their
Marvel really like everything went according to plan for the X-Men. Like they were like we're gonna bring back 97. It's gonna be goated again. A really beloved show, by the way. And now people are saying like, man, better. I've heard that said a lot. That X-Men 97 is better than the original X-Men show that it's a sequel to.
Definitely.
Which is crazy because that show was like the most well-regarded piece of X-Men media for like decades. You know,
I think
that's quite the impressive thing.
It's because the show matured. It actually like they were like, oh, we're not going baby time.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking stick to our guns. They swear. There's bleeding. There's like adult themes in the like. Okay, don't swear. They don't say like fuck off. Like you don't do that. But like it is. Like
Cyclops goes, "Fuck you, Xavier."
Yeah, he goes, "Fuck off." But they definitely.
But then it's like, I've heard, but it's like also great because now they're able to, get the X-Men back in the public. They're kind of able to recenter the brand a little bit in its most concentrated, definitive form.
Yeah. And
do stuff like Hellfire Club, Apocalypse, and all these characters, X Factor, and do it in a way where it's now in people's minds again. So now when they do the new movies, they're able to, there's like, you've done a lot of brand redemption and stuff. The new movies just really have to take it and like lie. Like they really have to
genuinely save Cyclops as a character. Without 97, I don't think people would like him as much as they do now.
Nope, not at all.
97
not at all.
Came out. They saved Cyclops. They fucking he looks awesome in Doomsday. We haven't seen much of him, but he looks great in Doomsday. I'm excited to see him. He's awesome in Rivals. Like they like saved this man. This man was in the fucking trenches. It was shocking going back to X3 to see him die in the first fucking 5 minutes. It's crazy that they did that. It's insanity.
They hated him in the movies.
Never get over that. That is insane.
But there is heard word that there's going to be a new. He's like, I'll still play Wolverine as long as they have me. But he's like, if they do a new Wolverine, to him, But like, they need to recast Wolverine after Secret Wars. They have to do a new Wolverine. We don't need any more.
He's gonna be fucking 60. He can't play Wolverine forever. He's literally.
He literally said like, yeah, I will do it till I'm like, I'll do it till I'm 90.
He will do it.
I'll do it.
We don't. I don't want a 90-year-old Wolverine running around. I don't need that.
No.
Now, to be fair, I think 90-year-old fucking Charles Xavier and fucking Professor X running around, but that's kind of different. Those are old.
Yeah, nobody wants that. We don't like that. The problem is, I think bringing them in Doomsday was like, they shouldn't have done. I'm starting to feel more and more like they should have just had 97, right? And then let everyone get excited for the X-Men in movies again. Don't put them in very much. Maybe tease them in like Spider-Man or other things like, mutation.
Right.
And then really when you do the first live action in the MCU, that's your big like explosion of like, here we go. But now the Doomsday is really gonna like muddle that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I'm a little worried the new movie is going to have less impact now because they were in Doomsday and they were super classic and they're fighting Sentinels and everyone looks how they should, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Isn't it literally Doomsday, X-Men, Secret Wars? Isn't that the timeline? Or is it Secret Wars before X-Men? I don't remember.
We don't really know. We don't know for sure, but I'm 99% sure before X-Men. X-Men comes out after Secret Wars.
Okay, all right. I thought Secret Wars was.
No, X-Men's going to be X-Men's comes out. We don't even have a release date for X. It comes out after.
Gotcha. Yeah. It could be later for as far as we know. Interesting. Well, yeah, I still
right now there's no movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars that we know of.
The way that they're doing the X-Men, especially in fucking Doomsday, definitely seems like, we're going to redeem the Fox X-Men, but they've kind of they haven't really done that. They've
but then it's like if you redeem them and make us love them, why are you replacing them with a whole new cast? Like why are you investing time into that if you're just gonna wouldn't you just invest time into your new X-Men?
I guess because they're old. You did
because they have nothing for Doomsday and they're trying to sell it somehow, and all they have are these old fucking grody X-Men movies that they can pull from.
Bring in weird, gross, rotten Steve Rogers with his long beard and like his and it's interesting because they did kind of do that in Days of Future Past. They already kind of did this. They already redeemed them. They were like, hey, look, they're all together.
I just think I would have waited.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll see Doomsday and I'll be like, the X-Men are great in it. Or maybe they'll just be the X-Men in the MCU. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure they're going to be younger.
No,
but I just don't know why you would. I don't know.
If they do that, that's fucked. And then I'm excited to see Cyclops. I think he'll be pretty good. I think he'll be exciting. I think he'll be fun. That's basically it. That's really. I guess Beast will be a big CGI Beast. I guess that's kind of fun. That's kind of I don't know. I'm excited I'm interested.
I mean, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see the X-Men interact with the Avengers.
That's the whole
That'll
deal.
be cool.
That's literally the whole
But then it's like when I see the X-Men movie after, I'm not going to be excited to see them interact with the Avengers because I've already seen that. You know what I mean?
Anyways, I don't know, man. I did the whole.
No, I mean like the new X-Men.
I know.
I'm not like when the new X. I'm not going to be like, I can't wait till this new X-Men cast me. I'm not going to say that.
The question of, oh, we've never seen the X-Men and the Avengers interact will have already been answered, which is a little bit lame. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a big question mark, but X-Men 97 is killing it. They're doing great. It's its own thing, thankfully, so it's completely separate. So that's what helps too. It's like it has nothing to do with the fucking MCU, basically. So it's just kind of off in its own little corner, having fun, doing everything you'd ever want as an X-Men fan. I assume. I haven't heard anyone complain about this show, so I don't think it's pissing anyone off.
Slap the Watcher in there. Slap the Watcher in the background one of these episodes. I want to see the Watcher staring.
He was in episode 5 of season 1, so if shit happens...
Do it again. If
some shit happens...
Do it again.
They do reference
I want to see him in Spider-Man for like a split second.
He was in Daredevil.
That'd be cool.
He was in Daredevil.
He technically was. They have since confirmed.
He was. I said that. Everyone thought I was fucking crazy, but I said that, and everyone pointed it out. And guess what?
Whether or not that was their initial intention or not, they've said it is now. So
I like how Vanessa dying is like a fucking key point in the multiverse. They're like, this is a major moment that goes.
Kind of is for these characters, though. For the Daredevil cast, it is.
It makes sense in the context of the shows, but it is funny.
I mean, he only reveals his identity because of that.
It is funny thinking about in the grander multiverse that is like a major thing. You know, that like this random woman is like this big event. I know she's not random. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, X-Men 97 is peak. You know what else is? Not peak.
X-Men 96.
We're going back to the past. No,
it's like an off. Oh, Toy Story. Oh, okay, Toy Story. Okay.
It's not. I don't think it else. We're talking about Toy Story 5. We're talking about Toy Story 5. Okay. Now, is this the worst movie ever? Yes. No.
The worst thing I've ever seen.
It's the most woke piece of garbage ever.
It's woke. It's broke. It's
not broke. It's making fucking $1 billion, so it's doing just fine.
No, I like that it's woke. I like that it's woke.
Isn't it like the highest performing movie of the year at this point? I think so.
I think it's the most number. I don't know if it's the highest performing. What do you mean by like? Is it getting the most amount of ticket sales, or is it making?
I thought that was the same thing.
It's not, because Obsession is probably the most lucrative film because it costs so little to make. They probably made more money off Obsession because it was so cheap. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Toy Story 5 is gonna make $1 billion.
You mean biggest number? How much? 900 million. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Until Spider-Man comes out.
Yeah, Spider-Man will probably beat it. I have no doubt about that. Okay.
Spider-Man ticket pre-sales are like as much as Supergirl's entire lifetime taken is going to be. It's pre-sales.
We'll get to that. So we both saw this movie, and I think I will say, since I last talked to you, I think you maybe thought that I like hated this movie. I didn't hate this movie. I enjoyed it a decent amount, but you liked it a fair bit.
I just think you know what it is? I think I just hate Toy Story 4 more than you do. I think that's really
No, I don't hate. No, I don't like.
I don't hate it. I just actively don't enjoy watching it at all.
I don't like Toy Story 4 either, but I have seen it multiple times, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's I've seen it twice.
I like really dislike the experience of watching it. That's like I don't enjoy. Like I don't like having it on. Like the entire time I'm confused.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's not even. It's honestly, it's not. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you just don't like that. What do you want at the end?" It's not even just that. Right. It's like the story being a. My issue with that is the story is not about a phase of childhood or a moment in childhood.
Yeah.
The story is about a middle-aged man having a midlife crisis, and everything in the movie. Like the way it's shot, the way it's lit, like stylistically, it's shot like an adult drama. It's not shot like like the other Toy Stories. Like it's just, and you know what else? It's by a younger director, someone who clearly grew up on Toy Story, right? And it feels like when like people do a fan fiction and they're like, I'm doing a Spyro fan fiction, but it's like mature now, like because I grew up with it and now he grew up with me, you know, and it feels like that when you watch it, and it feels like a miscalculation of a story.
X-Men 97 is a good version of that concept.
X-Men 97. The stories were always about them. It's not like they were about kids or whatever.
No, I'm saying a fan grew up with X-Men back in the 90s and made a really more mature, like more like solid version, and it actually worked. It actually turned out for the best. But I get what you're saying.
I just don't think that works for this franchise. Is not that franchise.
I'll make the argument that you said like it's not about a kid and it's about a man going through a midlife crisis. I mean, technically, Andy was graduating or going to college.
But he's still a kid. He was 17 years old. That's still a phase of childhood. Getting rid of your toy.
I meant like Toy Story 4 being the next phase where now he's a where I know he's not in the movie. But
well, if it was about well, first of all, if it was about like if they stuck with Andy,
right,
and then it was about Andy, but they the whole reason why they passed it on tell stories like that, like the whole purpose of giving it to Bonnie was that we could still center it around childhood.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't like Toy Story 4. I think it looks nice. It's very pretty.
It's just a miss. It just doesn't feel like a Toy Story story to me. No. That's my problem. Also, I very much dislike that it tried to one up the ending of Toy Story 3 by having an equally it doesn't work. I don't think. I don't like the setting, and maybe it's just the way they do the setting. They don't get as much as they could out of it. I don't think it's that funny. I don't think Forky's that interesting. And it also brings up a lot of like existential questions about toys that almost break the universe. It gets really close to breaking, you know.
I'm a little weird when it comes to that movie. I actually do like the location. They could do more with it, but I like how homey it is and like kind of the calm. And I like how the movie is very pretty to look at. It's a very gorgeous movie, which Disney movies always are. So that's not really much of a.
I guess it's just not my. I don't like stylistically.
I don't like the story.
Like even like visually,
I get you.
I don't like how it's shot. I don't like the lens. They do whatever simulate. I don't like the lens choices they have. It just because it's shot like a drama. It's shot like a fucking Robin Williams drama. It's not shot like a colorful. You know, it's not shot like the other two films or the other three films.
It's semi-realism is definitely what they're going.
Yeah.
Which is I get it. I understand. I
don't like the villain. It just there's no joy in that movie. It's so joyless. You know what I mean? And I think Toy Story needs some joy and some innocence.
It's still my least favorite Toy Story. I don't like it very much.
I know. I'm not trying to convince. I'm trying to give context to the audience as to why my reaction to this one.
Generally speaking, we're on the same page when it comes to Toy Story 4. I think we just dislike different elements of it, but ultimately we don't like the movie. It's the bottom ranked toy, but we do feel very differently about our actual ranking of the Toy Story movies. I feel like we have very different places.
We do, yeah. We do, yes.
But I think that's very common. I don't think a lot of people have the same opinion on Toy Story. I think a lot of people have very different opinions. What does Aiden say in this fucking hour? Okay, just a picture of guys looking at a girl's ass.
I think it's a lot of like whatever. Like everyone has their own favorite. Those movies, you know, and but they all love all of them. The original three.
Oh, they're all amazing. I have no. They're some of my favorite movies of all time. Period. Let's talk about 5.
But
let's get into 5.
The reason I give that context is because of my reaction to this one. Right now, if I'd still rather they didn't make new Toy Story movies because. They had a great ending with 3, obviously, and also you can tell they're running like diminishing returns is happening, you know, in terms of quality and story, right? But what I will say is that if you're gonna do sequels, I would much rather they look like this than like Toy Story 4. You know, this legitimately was it just had the joy. The fun that I think the last one was lacking, and it refocused the story on some sort of moment in childhood. You know, like it felt like it kind of was a return to form with the kind of story it was telling. You know, versus the fourth one.
It does feel very similar to Toy Story 2 in a lot of ways, with like the vibe of it, and it's very much an adventure movie where they're going to different places. Yeah, it actually reminds me a lot of 2 structurally, I would say, which makes sense considering Jesse's the main character. That kind of works.
Yep. Which I think was really smart to make her the main character. I think that honestly is probably one of the best decisions in the entire film. That's kind of what gives it purpose, you know.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I like Woody is so useless in this movie. It has no reason to be here.
Woody, you could get this man fucking out of here. He does not need to be here.
There's nothing. This character has nothing to do.
Literally just here because it's like I imagine they were in a meeting and they were going, well, they're not gonna watch Toy Story if fucking Woody isn't in it, so we gotta put him in it.
Yep.
Like that's literally it.
The original version of the script, he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so that they explained it like it wasn't that we were like, oh, Woody's not gonna be, like, we all knew Woody was gonna be in, right? But we knew he wasn't gonna be the movie, so we wanted to make sure the story of Jesse functioned on its own merits, and then we put Woody in it. But we always knew he was gonna be in it. But we just, you know, but you can just tell
he don't need to be here.
And well, I mean, like. Their logic for that is not like, oh, Woody should be here. It's Woody has to be here because it's Toy Story. Not should he be here, because he should not be here.
No, it's not creative. Yeah. First of all, he's like halfway across the fucking country. He gets there in like a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't know how he spawned in like that.
No, he just has no reason.
I like seeing Woody. Doesn't mean I need to see him. You know, it's tantamount to me being like, I like that guy. That's it. Like, there's no, again, literally does not need to be in this movie at all. Could have cut him out. No problems.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So he's definitely, I would argue, probably the worst part of the movie. But not like the fact that it's not offensive. Like, I wasn't like, the fuck.
No, you're just like, what? You're just like, come on, man.
He just doesn't need to be there.
It's like go home, Unc. Like, that's the vibe.
Yeah. This is like, this is the guy who stays too late after the party. It's like, come on.
Exactly.
You gotta get your move.
Come on, man.
Everything else though, I will say this is a solid movie. I enjoy my time. You know, I don't need every Toy Story movie to make me fucking cry. I will say, if they played the song from Toy Story 2, I would have cried. They almost do. They start at the beginning of the piano. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking cooked. I'm done. I'm going to cry in front of this nasty man sitting next to me. They didn't do it. Thank you.
I didn't. You know what actually got me? I didn't cry in that scene with any of the Jesse scenes, although I felt incredibly emotionally connected. Yeah. Like, that was so much more emotionally impactful than Woody in What's Her Nuts and Bo Peep in the fourth movie. I feel no emotions when I watch that. I actually did connect with Jesse here. But what really got me, and this is a scene, again, Woody's worst part of this movie, but this is a scene I don't hear anyone talking about. Yeah. And maybe this is just because I'm at that stage in life, I don't know. Not necessarily this specific stage, but I'm looking down the barrel of the gun of this chapter, you know, is when Buzz asks Woody to be his best man. And you see Woody be like, oh my God, but like there's a crack in his voice. Like he's like, oh my God, like he's so profoundly. That was something you don't see that in movies a lot with male relationships. You don't get to see that. And like it was such a positive, like that was when I was like, oh my God.
That is the only that's the only good thing about Woody in this movie.
That is the only good scene. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Tom Hanks' performance is incredible in that scene. Yeah, they're both great.
Dude, I love them as the characters. Like we are getting to a point where they're not going to be in these movies much longer. They're going to have to fucking Tim Allen is what, 70 or 80 or something. Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is old. Like we're running out of time for them as characters.
Tom Hanks actually looks really good these days. Have you seen him? Like he definitely had Tom Hanks' old era, but now he's coming out on the other side. Like I don't know if he started eating and changed his diet or what. And not like his size, just the way he looks. He just looks like he's got vitality now. Like I don't know what happened.
But you still can't do this forever, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. They will have to eventually move on from these characters, and I'm sure the trailer will be epic, and it'll be like, the final goodbye, and it'll be like this big bombastic thing in like Toy Story 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But like they got to move on at some point. But I do think Jessie being the main character was a very smart decision. I like Jessie. I've always liked Jessie.
Yeah.
It was great getting her more of her. I had some points that I brought up to you specifically, things that I really liked about this movie. I really did like the fact I liked Lily as a villain. I thought she was fun. And then I like that there's like an actual moment where you do see that she does care about Bonnie. That was a really nice moment. It was way more interesting than fucking Gabby Gabby. Get Gabby Gabby out of here.
Gabby Gabby sucks. Gabby, all my homies hate Gabby Gabby.
All my homies hate Gabby Gabby.
My thing with Lilypad was the movie I think was marketed differently. I actually don't think this movie is necessarily toys versus tech like they keep saying it is. It's not about, and that was the thing where it was like like a lily pad, like a leapfrog, like that's super dated. Like getting like the notion of kids adopting technology and it making them not want to play with toys is something that has been around for like 15 years. That is like that was happening to me, you know, in our generation when we were kids, you know. But what the movie's actually about is not that really. I mean, there's like a couple we're all going extinct. What it's really about is how kids communicate and make friendships in through social media, right? And that is something that is more specific, I think, to this generation. You know, like my little siblings message their friends on Discord and set stuff up, and they'll meet like that's what I think it really is about, is how do you make friends and how do kids socialize in the era of technology with each other and form friendships. It's about, and like the importance of forming friendships, you know, with your imagination in person and in finding the right kids. And, you know, when we have technology, you're exposed to every kid with an iPad versus a kid on your street. Right. And that's what it's really about. Not really tech making toys, even though there are some scenes like that. And I wish I knew that, because that is more relevant nowadays. The whole like how kids talk to each other and form friendships now.
Yeah, it felt very boomery at first. You were like, why are we doing this? This is so goofy. It sucks ass. And then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I will say, you just talking about it right now really reinforced some things, because personally, that's our relationship is kind of interesting because, you know, obviously we wouldn't have known each other if it weren't for tech. You know, that's it's interesting. And you could also make the argument that that's kind of how Bonnie wouldn't have met Blaze if it weren't for technology, you know? So there are good sides of it. And I do like how the tech characters are portrayed in this movie. I do like the gang of fucking idiots. I do like them a lot, actually.
Yeah. Oh my God. The Conan O'Brien fucking ass wipe.
He's great. He's an asshole, but I love him. Like, that's, if you're gonna get
he is so much funnier.
Yeah. Than any character.
He is so much funnier than the Key and Peele. The Key and Peele plushies.
Get them out of here. I'm so glad
I fucking hate those guys.
Also, wasn't there a whole thing in Toy Story 4 that they wanted a kid and then they just don't have a kid in Toy Story 4, like 5? What was the point of that? Doesn't make any sense.
And their whole shtick was like, I don't know, just get Key and Peele to like make funny next to each other. Yeah, and it's like, well, that's not a joke.
No, it's just them being Key and Peele as plushies, and also their like their sense of humor doesn't match anything that we've ever seen before in this universe, so it's really jarring.
Exactly.
It's really upset. It's really fucking creepy seeing them like bounce around and be like, "Oh, what you got? What you got going on, man? What's happening?" It's like, whoa, you need to fucking settle the fuck down, please.
Yeah, this is not.
It's way too much energy, especially for the emotional, fucking deep, like Toy Story movie. Doesn't work. It's like stuff. Anyways, they were great. I love them. I love. In general, just seeing like the different types of toys was really fun. They did really like, and I like how Jessie does get to learn that and get to really meet those characters and be like, oh man, you guys haven't really been played with before. You guys haven't really been experienced that, which is really cool. The multi-buzz plot point was definitely something that I was like, what the fuck is this gonna be? And they did some shit that I liked with it.
I think it goes on. I think it takes a little too long.
It does.
For it to connect to the main plot, you know? Like, it basically takes most of the movie with literally zero connection.
Yeah.
But once it does cross over, it's great. It's really fun to watch.
I remember distinctly there was a scene that ended and then it cut to them like fucking walking around on the campsite, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? What was this having anything to do with anything? It was like in between a scene, and you're like, I would rather just see the rest of that scene right now and not this. But they needed that. I actually, there's a lot of moments I like with that. First of all, I love how they acknowledge Buzz in Toy Story 1, that whole plot hole. I like how that they acknowledge that finally, which I've always assumed, it's just an instinct thing. Like, I've always just...
and they confirm, yes, the world building. They confirm a couple things with the Buzzes, where it's like, a toy. What does a toy look like in isolation, right? And first of all, you're right. They have the instinctual, they have never seen a human, but they just instinctually play toy or whatever. When the human comes by and they think they're like, why do we do that? You're right. Great. I also like how they seem to heavily imply that toys, their concept of language comes from humanity, So all the Buzzes can't talk. It takes a lot of effort for them to stare at the star and be like, star.
Yeah.
Command, right? But like, if they had been even if it was subliminal, if they had been in a shelf in the package, they would have heard people talking, and then that's why they're able to have and I thought that was some cool world building. Like, I liked that.
It's a really fun. It is a fun section. I liked it a lot more than I thought. I was like, oh god, here we go. This is the fucking Minions.
But you're right. It drags in the middle for sure. Yeah. Like in the middle of the movie, you're like, oh my god.
Then you get to the Buzzes. You see all the fucking horses. You're like, okay, they're gonna ride all the horses. It's gonna be this big epic horse scene.
Oh, I loved that. I'm gonna be honest with you. My whole also, I had okay. My view might also be a little colored by the fact I saw it with my mom, my girlfriend, sister. Right? The three most important women in my life, right? My little sister's 10. She's 10. She was the perfect age for this movie.
Yeah.
And we also had an audience around us that was super reactive, like at the end of the theater, a teenage girl stood up and screamed, "Peak cinema!" to like the whole fucking audience. They were so... when spoiler alert, when Buzz and Jessie kiss, that whole row of girls fucking screamed. They were like, yes!
Oh man. Buzz was better. He was definitely better. I had to think.
He was better, but marginally.
It's still not peak Buzz. Because he's so fucking hyper fixated on the proposal thing the entire time. You're like, all right, Buzz, you gotta lock in a little bit.
And also, that is a worn out character storyline. I need to propose, but we've seen that plot 1,000 times in animated movies and other it's a very worn out character arc.
It's fucking something that you kind of should just introduce and then have his focus shift otherwise, but also, if he has to at the end, then be like, oh, guess what? But that's his literally his only motivation, basically the entire movie is that, and it's like, all right, buddy, come on. I'm happy.
Anything else?
I'm happy. That's something from my childhood where I'm like, okay, that's been a thing since fucking Toy Story 2, before I was born.
They hint at it. Yeah, they hint at it.
They literally make out in Toy Story. Am I forgetting that?
They don't make out. They've never made out.
They kiss? Do they kiss?
They never made out. They've never made out. They've never kissed. I don't think so.
End with them kissing?
I don't think. I think she just like.
Ghost memory.
I think it's like one. I think there's just like a nod. She's like, "Hey, spaceman,"
he gets a boner. I remember that. His wings go out. He gets a boner.
He gets a boner. All I remember is the boner. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I thought that
maybe he gets like a peck.
I don't think they thought that movie ends with her like grabbing him and like making him, and he goes like, I thought that's how that movie ended. Am I crazy?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't know. That's starting to wig me out now, because either way, it was definitely hinted at least at the very minimum.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've always thought it was incredibly funny and strange and a little slightly problematic, just slightly, that she becomes way more aroused and into him once he becomes Latino. Like, that has always been such a strange, like,
it's not.
Yeah, she liked him.
She just has a kink. I don't know.
she liked him, but then when he starts speaking the Spanish and start acting like a very stereotypical Latino man, she's really into that. She gets very into that.
I saw that more as like guys who wake up and then they've got like deep voices when they're sick or whatever. I almost saw it like that, where it's more like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing in me. Like I saw it more as like a kid
I guess
thing.
she's really fucking into it.
I mean, she's literally from the 50s. Give her a break, man. She's an old lady. she's got some older views on the world.
Just funny. It's just funny to me to think that she's especially attracted to Latino men.
We don't know how long.
It's like Shadow in the Latinas meme.
We don't know how long. And we don't know how long she's been without Latino buzz for. We don't know how. We know that's a thing at the end of 3. And she can like reactivate it to make her horny. I guess I don't fucking know. This sucks. But like, it's a stupid conversation. But
it is a stupid.
Yeah, there's how does Buzz and Woody like it's not Woody. I don't know. I mean, it's not a complicated movie. It's not like it's very.
No.
I'd say that this is.
It's
like
absolutely. I don't want people to misunderstand. It's absolutely a step down from Toy Story 1 through 3. Oh, yeah. Without question. This is not on that level at all. No. You know what I mean? It was just dramatically less annoying than Toy Story 4
It's not trying to be as deep as 4, which was trying to be like the original 3. It didn't. Yeah. And
it was trying way. It was trying way too fucking hard.
Yeah. This backs up a little bit and goes, okay, let's reassess. Let's like level what Toy Story is. Let's level the playing field. Let's bring it back to basics. Basically, is what they were trying to do. I think. Yeah. While also still having a bit of emotional connection with the character of Jessie. I do love that moment where she realizes that Emily named her kid after her. That was a very sweet moment. That was like, oh man. Bless you.
I think they finally get Bonnie fucking character in this movie. Why they have a reason to like Bonnie, and I really like Blaze, and I really like the relationship and the story between those two. And in fact, I've heard a lot of people say this. I think they should bring Blaze and that friendship back in the next Toy Story. You know, like it would be interesting. We saw Andy alone going through that last phase of toys, but what if it was Blaze or Bonnie with Blaze? Like, what if they, like I think Blaze should just be a supporting character in Bonnie's life now, going forward.
Well, in the next movie, they're girlfriends. That's the twist. That's the cool reveal. I actually wouldn't even be surprised. They would not age them up that significantly, though. I mean, she's 8. Bonnie's 8. No,
I think they are. They've said it like they're. It seems like the next Bonnie movie is gonna be the last Bonnie movie. So I'm assuming that means that they're gonna transition to a new kid after. So just like what happened before.
Switch up the cast if you're gonna do. I don't know. I don't think they do it, but like.
I don't think so either.
We need a new cast of toys, man. I
agree.
I've always believed that's what they should have done after 3. If you're going to make new Toy Story movies, give us a fresh new cast. Give us something we haven't seen before. If you want to do the Woody, I would honestly, call me crazy, I would take an entire movie of Woody fucking walking around helping other toys. I would take that.
I would fucking hate that.
I would like it in a way.
I hate Woody. I hate this era of Woody.
I know. New Woody's selling. But I've only say that because I've seen so many fucking memes of like him going to like Gooner houses and stuff like that. And like
going on missions.
A whole movie where he's like saving fucking toys from like dying. And it's not like presented in like a dramatic way. It's more just like, oh, they're just like rogue toys like running around doing fun stuff. Like that could be fun.
I think we need a Buzz movie. 100%. We need a movie
of sucked.
No, I know, but we need a real Toy Story. Buzz is our focus character. That's what we need. I think everyone wants that. I don't know if they'll do it. Probably not. Everyone says Lightyear underperformed, so maybe they would never do that with Buzz. But I don't care. Buzz needs like a genuinely great story to wrap up his character.
I agree.
But
old man Buzz.
We'll see.
Old man,
he just dies. We finally see toy death.
Oh, they just got married and then it's tragic. He just explodes or some shit.
Jesse mourns him.
Jesse mourns. It's literally the plot of any Western. He dies like 10 minutes in. It's the plot.
Maybe there was a storyline cut from a version of Toy Story 2 or 3 or something that never happened where Buzz was going to have to go back to that factory. Like, what if Buzz's like batteries corrode and it like fucks up all of his his buttons don't work anymore. Like he starts malfunctioning, and they try to go bring him to like the factory to get him repaired or something.
I've seen those fucking like behind the scenes picture of Buzz like on a table dying, and everyone's like mourning him. It's so stupid looking.
Oh yeah, I have seen.
Everyone's just like gathered around. Woody's got his hat. He's just like looking down, really sad. It's just,
you say that, but if they did that in a movie with nice quality animation, you'd weep.
I would weep 100%. But it's like some Sonic's funeral bullshit. Like it just all the characters gathered around their dead fallen brethren.
It's Iron Man.
It is Iron Man. Well, they don't like. I guess they do that. I was gonna say it's not like he's on a table sitting there and everyone's like.
I mean, we do get a shot, and we do see fucking Potato Kid come back for no reason.
That's true, but he's not like his body isn't just like sitting there the entire time.
It could be.
That is what happened in the scene they cut out where they're all fucking taking a knee for some reason, and they're like, "Boss."
Oh yeah, that scene was fucking corny.
It was corny as hell. I'm glad they cut
Watch them put that back into Endgame Encore.
I hate fucking that. Will.
Fuck you, Endgame Encore, dude. Don't call it Endgame Encore.
Doom coughs in the background. Oh fuck. I'm gonna go see it. I don't give a shit. But
fucking Endgame Encore.
I know.
Get out of here.
Can we get Toy Story Encore? Can we get that going?
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing Endgame Encore. I don't care what fucking scene you add, dude. Fuck that.
I'll rewatch Endgame any day of the week. I don't care what you put in it.
No, I mean, I'm not going to the theater to rewatch it at the theater for fucking new scenes. You know, like.
I get it. I'm still going to the theater to watch Endgame again. That's like you're not stopping me.
Oh my god, it's not going to be as good. It's going to be diminishing return.
I don't care. It'll have a scene where Doom jelks in the corner. I don't care. That's what I like. I'm not there to see.
You want to see Doom jelk in the corner?
Yeah, everyone does. See Doom That's literally all.
I don't want to see Doom jelk.
That's literally all anyone's been asking since the movie got announced. They're like,
when is he gonna jelk?
Yeah. There's a big article from.
What is he gonna do with iconic super jelk?
Everyone's like, we want jelk. We want jelk. That's what everyone's been wanting. Jesus, fuck. I'm dying.
You okay, babe?
I can't finish this, man. I'm dying. No. Toy Story 5. It's all right. It's pretty good. I have it. I have it as my. Let's see. I've seen 7 movies this year. All right. It's number 5.
Count?
It's number 5.
Okay.
You know what's underneath?
Not bad.
My number 5 spot. Our next movie.
Oh, Supergirl.
This was actually higher, but after a lot of thinking and a lot of careful consideration, I realized I'm very disappointed by this movie, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have expected. Okay. Let's take it back.
Yeah, you fucking should have. Yeah, you fucking should have. Yes, you should have.
You're right.
Because Jonathan Jimmy Jones Gunn came. Sorry, James Gunn. I love you. All right,
Jonathan.
Now for you, I'm about to yell at you, and I'm sorry.
Now, hold on a second.
Jonathan Jimmy James Gunn. No, Jonathan Jimmy James Gunn came out here and he said, we're going to adapt Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Yes. And it's going to be called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it has a perfect script. We weren't going to make this movie this fast, but the script was so goddamn good. We just had to make it. And we're not going to be like finished scripts. All our scripts are going to be excellent, and we're going to put Supergirl back on comic store shelves. We're going to reference this movie's going to be the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic adaptation that your ass has been waiting for. He promised you that. He did. And he said the script was excellent. He said it was going to. He says he loves the comic, and it was going to pay home. It was going to be he did. You should. Your expectations were accurately set. They were accurately set.
You know what? I love James Gunn. I really do. And I need to also preface this by also saying it's not entirely his fault for what happened. Not entirely. He didn't make the fucking movie.
No, you're right.
You know,
you're right.
Everyone's blaming him.
It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to point fingers.
The name on the face. But he came out, did an epic slate reveal. Also, the man said Flash was
and he likes to talk. He likes to run his fucking mouth.
The greatest movie of all time. Okay, so let's. James does say some fucking questionable shit at some point. He does say some weird shit.
He said Flash was going to reboot the DCU.
That is
No, it
That
didn't.
is a crazy thing. He does. I let James' work speak for itself at this point. You can't trust the man. Sometimes he just yaps, okay? Sometimes he just is yapping about shit.
he
Now,
he is a yapper.
he's a bit of a yapper. Now, I love seeing clips of him during Superman where he's like, it's your passion. You are right to feel that way. That shit, yeah, give me more of that.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear him say,
He's a great.
The Flash is
he's
the
a-
greatest
he's
film
a-
ever. I don't need any of that shit in my life.
He's a great director. He's a good
Passionate
writer.
guy. He's a very passionate man.
Yeah.
He gives a
Yeah.
shit
I mean-
about what he's making.
Yes.
Not
And
necessarily
he
what other
loves
people are making.
he loves comic books. He absolutely
does.
loves comic books. He really does.
Kind of wish he was the one making this fucking movie. That's okay.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's the thing. Okay. I want to split this
Supergirl-
conversation into two halves,
ahead,
Braden.
go
Can we
ahead.
split it into two halves? Can we
What
just
are the
agree?
two halves? What are the two halves?
First half, we'll talk about the movie itself, like what was wrong with it, what we didn't like, what we did like.
Yeah.
Second half, I want to talk about the implications of this movie. I want to talk about the numbers about it bombing,
Yeah.
because there's some metrics that will surprise you, ladies and gentlemen. Because I want people to grasp just how much of a failure it was.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about what that means going forward, and like what in like our the DCU as a whole, like what like
Even a failure on multiple levels, not even just a failure on
Yes.
technical aspects. Because this movie,
yes.
yeah. So I agree.
No,
Let's
I
do it.
cannot. There's one number I cannot wait to bust out, and people are going to be like, "Wait, really? Oh my god, I can't wait." Anyway, sorry. But let's talk about the movie itself. You go ahead. I talked a lot in Toy Story.
I mean, you guys can see I've got a little thing going on here. I love Woman of
Dude,
Tomorrow.
I mean, this is perfect. Actually, it's you and me reviewing this
Yes.
because I'm the reason. Like, I've been trying to get you. I was trying. It took me like a year to get you to fucking read. I was like, you need to read. You love this. You know.
What happened was your boy Thatchy, he read this comic and he was like, "Yeah, check it out." And I'm like, not much of a comic book guy. Maybe I will check it out. Then Superman came out. I fucking love Superman. Still one of my favorite movies. It's fucking awesome. I know it's not perfect, but I love it. And it introduced me to the concept of like DC. Because I growing up I've never watched a lot of the Batman movies, and I was never much of a Batman fan. So like with James Gunn's Superman, I was like, okay, this is what I needed. It's a great DC starter because you really do get it like, oh, fucking Metamorpho's in it, and fucking Lex Luthor is going crazy, and he's got nanites or whatever he shoves in Superman's mouth. Like it's ridiculous. It's the perfect like DC introduction, I think, if you want to see how fucking crazy this universe is.
Yes.
And so I read Supergirl as a response to that, finally, and I loved it. I didn't really necessarily like it was being one of my first earliest comics. I know people have issues with it. I know people will always be like, this isn't how Supergirl is supposed to be written, or I don't like Tom. And look, is there a lot of narration? Yes, there's a lot of narration, and that's a big low blow for a lot of people, and a lot of reason why.
Why don't you read a first-person book? Why don't you read a first-person novel? You fucking lazy jackass. Sorry, I hate that complaint. That is so dumb.
Okay, well, I'll admit it's a lot of narration. Like by issue 2, and if you don't get past issue 2, and if it's too much, I do understand that complaint. But once you get past issue 2, you're fine.
I never once reading it. It never even touched my mind that this was a lot of narration or a problem. I was just completely in. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a freak.
I think it's because the art is so good that you want to like look at the art and then also look at the characters talking. But there's a little bit less of that. So I do understand why people have that perspective, but I will say, anyways, it is a gorgeous comic. It's one of the most beautiful comics I've ever seen, period. Like the art by Blokees Evilly.
Maybe it's because I read a lot of Spider-Man, and that motherfucker's always.
That's true. Yeah. If you've read 60s Spider-Man, you know the fucking pain of lots of dialogue. Because I legitimately, back in 2023, I bought a Spider-Man, the original Stan Lee fucking comics. I hated that shit. That was horrible. I think I like it more now since I've read the Fantastic Four, like the first few issues. I think I would tolerate it more now. But man, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And I mean, again, I've read this comic twice. I haven't read very many comics twice. I've read this twice, once to prepare for this movie. Very glad I did. I'm very glad that I went back and really got to experience this comic, because this is a beautifully written comic. It's beautifully illustrated, and it is such a personal story. And for that reason, I love it. It does so many things right. There's a reason why this was a good thing to adapt into a movie. This on paper should have worked.
It's a great story. It's a great story. It has a very clear beginning, and it clearly has something it's trying to say, right? It's very unique, but it's also very singular.
Yeah.
You need to read a whole bunch of shit to enjoy it. It stands entirely on its own as its own self-contained narrative. And you're right, it has gorgeous art, and it has a lot of emotional maturity to it. It is a very emotionally mature comic, which is it's very fun to sort of. It's got a lot of melancholy. It's got a lot of it's just a story, and it feels like a true adventure. Like by the end, you're like, oh man, I just went on a journey. You know what I mean? Like that's the feeling.
You know what? It's not a James Gunn movie. It's not a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It doesn't feel
not at all.
People are so conflated with space adventure that they go Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not no.
It's like a space. It's like a classic space opera.
It's a space opera western kind of in a weird way.
Yeah. Which sounds like Star Wars, but it's nothing like Star Wars.
No,
it's far more intimate.
No, Star Wars is like it's a different vibe. But I don't know. I recommend anyone to read the comic. I always do. I think it's a story that requires no prior knowledge. You need to know Supergirl is the cousin of Superman, which they make very clear. There's a horse that might confuse you, but they explain it. It's not that at the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's honestly the hardest part of the comic, to be like, what the fuck? But even then, it was never like confusing. It was just like, oh, there's
the character Ruthie Cram, like literally almost every single character in it, their story starts and ends in this comic.
Yeah, they're made for this comic.
There's very few characters besides Supergirl and a couple other characters that and Crypto and all that have existed even before this, right? So when you start here, you're really seeing the beginning and end of its own,
It is a great standalone comic. It's one of those few comics that you're like, which is one thing I wish Marvel did more of. Marvel should do way more standalone comics. But,
absolutely, yes.
They don't have the balls for that. So, anyways.
No.
So you've got yourself a real nice, tasty, great fucking story to adapt.
Yep.
So how do you adapt it?
You hold on, right? You got a great story, right? Mm-hmm. You're coming off a modest success with Superman. Did just good enough to be a success. It made $600 million. Made about $500 million more than. 50 million more, not 550 million more. So we had a little bit more money than that movie, and it got pretty good reviews. And what was that?
Which movie? Sorry, you said it made more than what?
It made 50 million more than Fantastic Four, roughly speaking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they were both modest successes. Slightly more successful.
I'll say this for Superman though, it didn't do like gangbusters, but the vibe was good. The what it did for the internet as a whole, and like the energy around that movie was really positive and really,
people really. You know what it reminds me a lot of? It reminds me a lot of Spider-Man Brand New Day, where people really want to love that movie. And so they went into Superman being like, please, I want to love a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Please. This is, I need this to just be a classic Superman. I need this. And so it worked and they liked it. I think a very similar thing is going to happen with Spider-Man.
Definitely.
Spider-Man's going to make way more money. Spider-Man's going to make way more money.
Yeah. Oh,
but I think a similar thing of like,
the vibe is
please.
Important. Even if it doesn't necessarily mean it'll do well, the hope for DC, for the DCU,
when it's
good.
When it connects to a wider universe, then you're going to carry that feel going forward. You're like, Superman was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm so excited. Like they had all the best vibes going into a Supergirl movie until obviously the fucking chuds showed up and started complaining about like the way she looked, which is crazy because she's the most like normally conventionally attractive blonde woman I've ever seen.
Yeah, the chuds was that unfortunately really was the first like, and normally that wouldn't have been an issue, but it actually really did affect this movie. I think there was a lot of negativity surrounding this movie. There were like people, oh, it looks like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks generic. It looks boring, which, you know, I understand those complaints. But also now, but at the time it was like, oh, you guys haven't read the comic. First of all, Superman isn't based off of one comic. It's an amalgamation of a bunch of different things. It's its own story. This is a direct adaptation of a very specific story. And it's not even like, you can't even make the argument like, oh no, they're just taking elements from different comics. No, I mean, Ruthie's from one comic. Krem is from one comic. This story is from one comic. You can't make that argument. So they kind of backed themselves in a bit of an interesting corner there. So going into this movie, there was a lot of negativity, and it was really hard to be excited for this movie because of how so many people were talking about it. It was really hard. I remember there's just nobody was talking about it. Nobody cared.
I mean, you just can't win if you're a woman starring in a superhero movie. You know, like unless you just can't.
Captain Marvel, if you make $1 billion.
But then even Captain Marvel bombed in the sequel. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
it did. Yeah.
Like, you just can't win. People are just, it doesn't even matter what. Like, this movie, there's not a single shred of, like, aggressively, like, woke politics at all. Like, it's a very normal, like, a very middle-of-the-road movie, politically speaking. Yet somehow, just because it's about a woman, everyone's like, oh, my God, it's super woke.
Enslaving women is not right. Then
which is, most people would agree that trafficking women is terrible. I think most human beings would agree that's horrible.
I like the idea of somebody watching going like, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would they this?
Ideally, that's a bipartisan issue. I swear to God. If not, we're truly, I mean, Jesus Christ.
This world's pretty fucked, man. We're living in dark times, man.
But either way, like, that was surprising. But here's the thing I really wanted to say. I was so excited too, right? I love the comic. I was like begging all my friends to read the comic, right? Begging Braden particularly because it is exactly his kind of sci-fi angle, you know? And then they put on a writer that they said was great. They said Anna Nagaro is this great writer. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. I was going to say Anna, and James Gunn was like, the script's amazing. And I was like, okay, James Gunn, you write good scripts. You say that I trust you, that you know what a good script is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they hired Craig Gillespie, who did Cruella and I, Tonya. And I love both of those movies. Yeah. Cruella is a super underrated movie. It's a very well done Cruella movie. It's really surprising, but like, it's shot really well. It looks great. It's got great needle drops. It's a really well made, like, it's not like going to win an Oscar, but it's way better than it should be for what it is, you know? And I was like, that's the perfect guy to direct this. You know what I mean? Like, everything on paper was, I liked Millie Alcock as Supergirl. She nailed it, you know? Like, everything on paper should have been a massive home run, you know?
Yeah, it should have been on paper, but then you start throwing some things in there. First and foremost, just going off the trailers, Krem looked fucking stupid already. I was like, why are we changing this character to look like an idiot? Like, all right, sure, whatever. All right, I can live with that.
Fine. Yeah.
Lobo's in this movie, which I know Lobo was supposed to be in the original comic. That is a thing. But he was cut out. And I think it was cut out of the comic for a very smart reason.
But he was going to be the Supergirl role, and Supergirl was going to be the little girl. It was a whole...
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lobo was going to be like the true grit, older, grizzled guy, and Supergirl was going to be the more naive character. That was the initial version.
Okay.
So it's not like there was an obvious, like, oh, we were going to put Lobo in this sequence in the book. There's no, you know, like, including Lobo still... is a little bit of like a square peg in a round hole situation.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't actually know that.
But it's Jason Momoa, you know, and he's perfect or whatever.
And
so, okay,
also,
fine.
I've got a feeling James Gunn was like, you're going to be Lobo. And he's like, hell yeah. When? And James Gunn was like, in this movie. It's space. You could be in this one. And he's like, hell yeah. And then
Yep.
he told them,
That's
they're like,
I
"Oh
promise
shit,
you
now
that's what happened.
we gotta put fucking Lobo in this movie now." Like it,
Yep.
because we'll get there. Doesn't necessarily feel like he needed to be in this at all.
Yep.
So you already started getting some weird things, and then man, I went into this movie. I went into this, and I'll tell you this. I'm not good with time, so I couldn't like specifically tell you, but like with the exception of some minor changes and some things that kind of irked me, I for the most part for like the first like 15-30 minutes was like, okay, I actually don't hate this. There were some good things, there were some things I liked, and it had the spirit of what I wanted. And then they kind of things get pretty not great from that point on, and then it really starts to drop off. And then man, I was really disappointed coming out of it. I will say, some people are saying it's like the worst thing ever. It's not. It's like a
No.
very fine movie, you know?
Mediocre. Yeah.
I would say this is like a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. That's where I would put it personally.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes. Assuming, again, not using fucking bullshit internet lingo where a 5 out of 10 is a fucking -7. 5 is average movie. Okay?
I think 5 is average. Mando and Grogu for me was a 5. That's a
Yeah, that is like a middle of the road average film is a 5.
All right, like I watched a movie, it was all right. Like it's all right. Anything below gets worse and worse. But yeah, I don't know why people think 5 out of 10 means it's fucking horrendous. It's not. Anyways. And then Thatch and I was waiting because nobody else had seen it. Nobody else has seen it. I don't think Aiden's watched this shit. And I was just kind of waiting for someone else to see it because I was like, man, I need to know what other people think of this because I've got the internet. That doesn't really help me because everyone on the internet's fucking insane. So I needed like to hear what my friends had to say. And you didn't really talk about the movie that much when you got out of it. You kind of like talked about things about it, but you never really were like, this is what I think. So what do you think?
Well, it's weird. Okay, here's my thought. First of all, I was the opposite. From the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, something's not right. Yeah. I was like, this is weird. Firstly, when they're showing Supergirl and Crypto, they're showing their like routine. I was like, okay, I get what you're doing on paper, but something about this does not feel, it's not like I'm missing something. It would be like a Fantastic Four started without the scene of Reed and Sue at the beginning. It'd be like they just skipped to. I'd be like, oh, I'm like missing some sort of like I need some sort of investment early on, and I don't have that. You're just kind of things happen. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, we're probably just fast forwarding. The scene where I was like, oh, there's a fundamental issue happening here was when they kill off her family. I think they when they kill off. I think they absolutely fumbled that because you do not feel anything when they kill Ruthie's family. It happens, first of all, for a really stupid reason. Her brother jumps out to scare her, and then it scares the villain, and he throws an axe. He's like, ah! And he throws an axe at the brother. The brother dies. And you're like, oh, that's why this happened? And then, also, it was missing. Normally a scene like that would have shown us, and again, I think perhaps maybe we should have gotten this right before Supergirl and Crypto. Yeah. We should have had a scene of the family being a family just for a second, you know? Even Guardians of the Galaxy has like a scene where you get to see him with his uncle and have like a moment with the mom before she or his grandpa. Like you get to see that relationship on paper so we don't get to understand the relationship between any of these characters aside from their role, like mother, father thing, you know? So it doesn't feel like you're meeting them as they're dying, which means you don't really feel the weight of them dying.
It's really stupid. And also, you're right. I did notice something was off about that. And I mentioned that it wasn't much of an issue because I was like, there were some other things that I did like, but you're right. That change was already annoying because, well, first of all, I need to point something out because we're talking about this. This is quite literally, spoiler alert, for if you want to read the comic, go read it. But like I am going to show some references. This is the start of the comic, is her dad dying immediately.
Yep.
You can argue there's no emotional connection, but you do get to see Ruthie's thoughts and how she feels about it. The entirety, or a good section of the first issue is dedicated to Ruthie explaining this aspect. And I feel like it works so much better because you've got the setup for the comic right there. You've got the story. It's fine.
The difference is though, it's just her dad that dies. It's not the whole family, right?
Which also
so
feels
you get to kind of
stupid. I don't like that change.
Yeah.
I get it. I get what I know they're trying to be like. It's more epic. It's more tragic. But like, it feels to me kind of like, I don't know. It feels to me kind of desperate. It feels like they just wanted to make that change because they're like, oh, this will be cool. And it's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
The point of Ruthie's revenge in the comic is that it's almost like, it's almost so like fucking like, it's meant to feel almost pointless. You know, she's going through these insane lengths for something so. And look, obviously, someone's dad dying is horrible, but like, the longer the journey goes on, the more like desperate it feels. The more like, you know, and I feel like this is so much more like grand in scale, and it's like you guys kind of like are like, but then also at the end of the movie, she's like, "I'll go live with my aunts," and it's like, what? It's like, wait, hold on a minute, wait a minute.
And you're right though, because Ruthie's not narrating it. We're not getting a peek into her psychology the same way we would in the book. So we're not really seeing, you know, her from an inside level. I really think she should have narrated the movie. I think that's a huge misstep.
Yeah.
And in fact, I also think the movie should have been from her perspective. I don't think it should have been told from
she should have been the main character. Definitely. 100%. I think I've thought about this a lot, and I really do think, first of all, I think this comic should have been turned into a show. Rather, I know the budget would have been like, how the fuck is it going to make that work? That's hypothetically throwing it out there. It should have been a show, episodic, boom, 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 would have been perfect. And also, I feel like there are certain decisions where, again, you want Supergirl. Obviously, this isn't just a comic adaptation, a straight comic adaptation. This is obviously Supergirl's introduction into the DCU. How does she meet Superman? They have to throw that shit in. That's going to bog things down. That's going to complicate things. I understand. But there are so many better ways to do it. And I don't think this movie really does any of it really well. As forced as it is, I do like the scene. We'll get there. That's a little later. Anyways, yeah, no. So you're right. There was definitely something off. But I will say, for the most part, even as a lesser adaptation, I was like, okay, this is all right. There were some things wrong. There were some things I didn't like, but I was like, there's some of the sauce that I like in there. It's different. It tastes a little weird, but it's the same kind of story beats, and there's some fun interactions there. I was okay with most of it, but we'll get to that. There's a point where things really change, and I didn't really care for it. Look, we're not going to go through this scene by scene.
I know. Yeah. my overall point was I was not brief that was and how the felt a little off. I wasn't invested in Ruthie at all or her revenge. You know, I think that was a huge problem. I think you're supposed to be very invested in Ruthie.
That was again. It felt very much like bullet point. This happens. This happens. This happens. That's more of the vibe that I was like, okay, they're doing the story. It's not going to be as good, but they're doing the story. That was kind of my impression, which is why I wasn't like mad at it yet. There are interactions I like. I know some people are like specifically very much like not a fan of the humor. There was some jokes that did make me laugh. There were some interactions that made me laugh.
A couple. Yeah. There just wasn't a lot of humor in
There's not.
Which is fine. But I think my favorite joke is when she called creme cream. I think that was probably my favorite joke. I
like, again, this version of Ruthie is not great, but there are some interactions between them that I do like. Again, Millie Alcock as Supergirl. Want to say this. She's fucking awesome. She is so good in this role. It just comes down to the writing, and it comes down to what they gave her in this movie that really feels like, oh man, you could have been so much more.
Well, the problem, I think we can let's talk just about Creme. Yeah, I think that's a good place to go. Well, I know the scene you're talking about. It's a scene where they show those blue guys, and then they don't actually do the blue guy story, right? That's what you're talking about, where the guys hijack the...
No, they... For me specifically, because that was a big change when they changed it from the dragon. I like the cosmic dragon, but I was like, okay, you're not going to do a cosmic dragon in the first 20 minutes of the movie. I get it. I understand. They're going to save it for the dinosaurs. That was my logic. It was like, oh, they're going to save it for the dinosaur planet. Wait till you see how fucking disappointed I was by that. But for me, it was when they go to the fucking trafficker planet. That's when it really... That's like, okay. I was like, I don't care. they lost the plot
Yeah.
for me. Because, like, I was like, that was different, and I didn't necessarily care, but they did the ferry, they were on the ferry, and the weird tech pirate's not really my thing, but again, I was like, okay, the vibes are interesting, let's see where it goes, and then they go to that planet, I'm like, oh, man, alright, really? Okay, alright. But yeah, we need to talk about Creme, because, man, what a shitty villain. What a shitty villain.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is like you know, when you're like bowling and you're like, I need to hit these pins out. You got like 2 pins and you got to hit them out, and it just goes completely off. It goes straight into the gutter. You're not even fucking close. You know what I mean? Like that's what Creme is in this movie.
Yeah.
It was just like a fucking like not even. If we're supposed to be here, it was like we completely missed the mark. There's a lot of problems. He looks dumb. Fine. Is whatever, you know, like honestly, the fucking what's his name from Guardians, what's his name, the villain of Guardians 3 who's doing all the High Evolutionary, he looks pretty bad, honestly. I don't really like the way he looks kind of stupid, you know what I mean, but he's a great villain, you know, like he looks pretty gross, but he's a great villain, so it's fine, you know. There's a lot of villains like that.
He looks stupid, but it works, and also, I don't know, they made it work a lot better in that movie.
It works because he's a fun character to watch. He's fun to watch, and he's well done, and he's you know, but he looks
he's got a freaky face.
Yeah, it's not, you know, and it looks nothing like the comics whatsoever.
No, literally not.
And that's fine. Like I can accept. My point is, I could accept the visual, right? Like it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
The problem is that, and I could even accept them skipping and being like, he's already on the Brigands. We're not climb the even though that is way more interesting and makes part of what makes him an interesting villain. Fine, you know, whatever, we're gonna start with him on the Brigands, fine. My problem is that he is written so he's written to be everything. So he's intimidating, he's psychotic, he's down to earth, he's funny, he's serious, he's evil, he's relatable. You know, he's written to be all these things scene by scene. Sometimes he's just like going, hoo hoo hee, exactly like the Joker, right? Yeah. And then sometimes he's like, I'm going to show you. Like, and it's like, you can't even, I don't even know how to describe his personality other than evil and murderous, like, and a trafficker. Like, what is his, I can't even describe to you his personality in specifics. It's because he's so many things, he feels like nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's no specific character trait I can point to aside from he kills people, which is not a character trait. No. It's an action, you know? And that's the biggest issue. But then the other issue, and I think the reason I want to focus on Creme is because I think the Creme fuck up is like the fungus that rots the whole movie apart. Like it really makes everything fall apart. Because they go out of their way to make him a child trafficker, essentially, you know, straight up, and like which the problem is that, you know, that makes us hate him. Fine. Does it make him an immediate threat to the main characters because they're both women? Yes. Fine. I understand. The problem is that this is not that kind of story. This is not a story about abuse or about assaults or about, you know, childhood trauma. I mean, I guess it's kind of about childhood trauma with Supergirl, but not that kind of childhood trauma, you know. It's a way different kind of trauma.
It's like tragedy and revenge. That's like...
Yeah, exactly. It's about tragedy and revenge. It's not about assaults. And if it was a story about, like, if this was like, you know, a Harley Quinn story coming out of Joker, and then you gave her a villain that was like a trafficker, I could kind of see, you know, something like, right? Like if you tied it more intimately with, you know, but the story's not about that. And you also can't just have that be a side thing. Oh, by the way, they're child traffickers.
Yeah.
That's like your whole, it's almost irresponsible to just make that like an offhand, like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, they mention that, and then they go to the planet, and we're like, oh, that's where we're going with this. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Yes. Yep. Like, they always compare it to Mad Max. Mad Max Fury Road has Furiosa, who is one of, if not the actual main character of the movie, and her storyline is about saving these women because she, you know, like the whole movie is about that. That is a very integral part to the the thematic thrust of that movie. It's not just an offhand like, oh, by the way, they like to abuse women, traffic them.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like the other issue that makes is that the point of this story is not about that. It's about revenge. And about how you deal with trauma and how in the kind of person you want to be and what you carry with you in life. You know, that's what the comic's about.
Yep.
So the comic naturally ends in a way where it has three different presentations of the resolution of this revenge storyline. Right. I know this is like jumping ahead, but the Krem leads right into this. So I kind of have to, you know, like the whole point as like in the book, when they first stop Krem, right? They show you three versions of it. When they first stop Krem, they don't kill him. Supergirl puts him into the fucking negative zone or the whatever the
Phantom zone.
Whatever the Phantom. It's the DC version of the negative zone, right? Yeah. They put him in the Phantom zone, right? And then we jump ahead several years and we see her meet up with sorry, spoilers, I guess, meet up with Ruthie again, and Ruthie's old, and Supergirl's not old, and Krem is old, and they talk about that Ruthie wrote a book about Supergirl, which makes a lot of sense because the whole story has been narrated by her, experiencing this whole story from her perspective this entire time, you know, and she says, "Oh yeah, I wrote a book, and it was the dog shit version of her story. It was the suck ass version of her story. You know, it wasn't as good because at the end of my book, you kill Krem." Right, which you didn't do in the real story. But the reason why they did that was because they didn't want all the it was safer for them to like do it that whatever protected, you know, their privacy or what, I don't know, protected whatever. It was a protection thing. And then so we see that and we're like, well, that sucks. Yeah, that's the bad version. And then we finally do see a final confrontation with real Krem. He comes out of the Phantom realm or whatever, the Phantom zone, and see, I'm such a Marvel guy. I can't even.
You've seen fucking Lego Batman a million times, though. You should know.
Phantom, yeah, I guess, but I've also seen the original Superman. But they come out of the Phantom Zone. He's old and he's full. Yeah, he is. He's remorseful for what he's done. He feels regret.
Bad. Really bad, right?
Mm-hmm. And Ruthie bonks him on the head. Mm-hmm. Doesn't kill him because at the end he like grabs his head like, "Ow, I hit." And they walk away. She doesn't kill him, right? She leaves him. Yeah. So the whole story is like Ruthie has been able to live this life of joy and peace, you know, because she let go of this burden. You know what I mean? Like that moment when she bonks him on the head is not like, oh, that's when she decides not to come a long time ago. You know, but this is showing us, oh, she's lived her whole life. She's happy now, and she's able to be above him, right? Yeah. And that works because Krem is just a prick. He's not a fucking scary sex trafficker. We're able to be like, he's just a murderer. We can forgive a murderer, right? Yeah. And the reason why I say we can forgive a murderer is because this very movie asks you to forgive a mass murder in Lobo. So if the movie was willing to forgive Lobo for mass murder, obviously we could have forgiven Krem, or at least not said he needed to die at the end, you know? That's the whole point of the story, right? Yeah. The problem with the movie is because Krem is a child trafficker, the audience will not forgive that. We will forgive Lobo for mass murder, but we will not forgive Krem for being a child trafficker. Yeah. Right? So you have to kill him because you did that. And because you have to kill him, you can't have Ruthie kill him because that would ruin the entire point of her story. Yep. The only option you have is either or Supergirl, and I imagine they thought Lobo would be unsatisfying or something. Yeah. And they were like, I guess Supergirl's going to kill him now. Which I will remind you is the story that Ruthie said in the book was the shittier version of the resolution.
They made the shittier version of the story. They made Ruthie's story in the movie.
And the problem with that is the reason they did that, was because he needed to die, but also because the writer thought Ruthie did kill him in the book. The writer is on record saying, oh, I didn't want Ruthie to kill him like in the book because that would have been really sad. I'm sorry, Anna. Ruthie did not kill him in the book. And okay, there was a misunderstanding. A lot of people misunderstood that, but a lot of people are not working right down the hall from Tom King's story. Why didn't you just go ask him? Like, what? It is such a
And
freaking grotesque bastardization of the point of the book in that ending. It's not just like, oh, this. It's like, oh,
we missed.
we
point
didn't
of
get
We
it.
missed the point. Yeah, we missed the point.
We didn't get it. The
Now-
point went over our head.
Yeah. Oh, past our head. It went like a million miles over the head. Is what happened.
Well,
Now-
well over our head.
Now, I will admit that I also missed the point of the ending originally. I actually thought he killed her, or she killed him
Yep.
at the end. I missed
Yep.
that because, to be honest,
But I
spoiler
bet you,
alert,
motherfucker, if you were sitting right down the room from Tom King, you would have
tell you.
ran over.
he would.
Hey,
tell
just to make sure, did she kill him?
you. Yeah. I mean, he's working on Mr. Miracle, so it's not even like, oh, he's a comic book writer, he's not part of this. He is literally there. You are literally
He's literally there.
in cahoots. Like,
He's not even just
I
working on
get
Mr. Miracle. He's like one of their lead writers.
I do get it. It is kind of like he just is like, I get it. He holds his head, but then he just kind of sits there. So I did take that as him dying. And also he's frail, so I would imagine. I always thought like, oh, one hit is all you need to kill him. I guess that was kind of like my interpretation. But reading it again was the first time that I was like, oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
Like I actually thought about it, and then we're like, oh, okay, makes sense. I like that ending. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Just like superfluous shit. Like again, Krem looks like a fucking asshole in the like he just looks like a dickhead. You know, he looks like a generic Lord of the Rings.
Dude, he's not even
asshole.
He's not even like a spacefaring guy.
No.
You know, when he gets on her ship, the implication is he's never really been to space before, so he's got to figure that out. You know,
he just runs to it, and he's just like, it says
which is
probably just figuring out how to find shelter somewhere to knock his arrows and start shooting up again, not knowing that the great machine had already started. Yeah, so he didn't even know. He just ran on them.
Which is also, if it was a TV show, that would have been great. That would have been your B plot, like what's going on with Krem. You know,
they just completely missed the mark with that character. And again, he is so important for this story.
It like rots the whole movie slowly. You know,
so
it really goes to show you something that like we cannot forget in this modern age, post superhero boom, this like silver age of superhero movies, you know, that you absolutely need a good antagonist in your superhero movie. Yeah. If you look at all the superhero movies that have failed, 9 times out of 10, they have a shit villain. You need a good villain, you know, like definitely. That's extremely important.
Yeah, villains are important. And also, again, it is literally the entire reason why the movie's happening. It is the plot of the story. You cannot like you can't like skirt past that. Yeah, I really do have a lot of problems when we get to, first of all, they name the planet. First of all, most importantly, this is an ugly fucking movie. This looks like shit.
Yep.
This is disgusting.
You're like, we're going to make Krem a child trafficker. By definition, that's going to make this world darker. Yeah. Right? It's going to make the world more mature. Mm-hmm. So now, and I understand from Craig Gillespie's POV where he's like, okay, well, I built around the script. The world in the script is the world that I put in the movie. And the world in the script was not this like fairy tale juxtaposition, but also like that's kind of the point of the book. I feel like if you wrote the book's plot down beat for beat, it would also seem very mature and you wouldn't have necessarily pictured these insane visuals.
I mean, fucking, man, like this is nothing you're getting out of the fucking, like...
No! Gorgeous. And again, it's like a misunderstanding. It's like, okay, so now because Krem is dark, we make the world dark.
Yeah.
But the fairy tale energy, the fairy tale storytelling in that book and the fairy tale, like, is hugely integral to the identity of that story. It is a long journey that this little girl goes on, you know, through all these wild... And I've heard people say, oh, they needed to shorten the time frame of the movie. It couldn't take over as long time. And I actually think the story kind of does need to take over a long period. Because then you can feel the journey. You can feel that they've been on a grand journey,
now,
you know?
If you want to make the argument, it doesn't need to be 3 days. It could be like a week, 2 weeks. That's fine. It doesn't need to be almost a year like it is in the comic. That's fine. I understand that's hard, especially with like the character like Ruthie would.
But then again, maybe it should have been a TV show because you probably could have done that.
I agree. This should have been a TV show. Hell, if you weren't confident about it being live action, you could have made it animated. Just saying.
100%.
And 100%. I think it would have been way better animated. But
probably.
What do I know?
Yep.
And they have the gall to name a planet Blokees or whatever they say. after the artist. They have the fucking nerve to name such an amazing artist who brought so much life to this comic after this disgusting shit gross covered movie. It just looks nasty, man. And again, I get it. It's dark. It's fucking epic.
I get it. And again, what you're misunderstanding is that, again, the POV is fucked because we're supposed to be seeing this world from the POV.
You're missing.
It's supposed to. The whole point is that Ruthie is both realizing how dark the world can be, but also it is the universe is this vast. Yeah. She's never seen anything like this. It's both things. She's realizing the dark depths, but also she's seeing these things, these grand things she's never seen before. It is this. It is a mind opening journey for her to go in all these big new places. And again, because the POV's fucked up, because we're no longer following her POV that way, now it doesn't feel that way. But the spectacle, the whimsy it's kind of like a Ghibli movie, where a Ghibli movie both has a lot of whimsy and an appreciation for the world and nature and from the child's perspective, but also a lot of dark, mature things under the surface of that. That it's that juxtaposition that makes it effective. And that is just not a part of the movie. It's just not there.
And, we get to this planet and we are there for way too fucking long. Way too long. It's I don't know. It's way too long. She goes over her entire backstory in this part of the movie, which felt really weird. I feel like it probably should have been pushed to when she's on the fucking...
I did like the backstory stuff. That was probably the best scene in the movie for me.
I did, but I wish they went a little further with it. It's definitely a toned down version of this comic story. It's you don't get to see a lot of the hardships that Kara has to go through in that comic, where she's out hammering the fucking nails in the field for hours. She's you don't see the desperate struggle to save the planet.
No, you're right.
She's just kind of there.
You don't.
And what's his name? It's not Jor-El. Is it Jor-El? No, Jor-El's...
I think it's Zor-El.
Zor-El. It's some shit like that.
I think it's Zor-El.
You gotta get the fuck out of here.
Zor-El.
It's Zor.
Zor.
Yeah. It felt very just kind of it's tragic, but man, it could have been so much better. And I feel like we really just were beat for beat, this happens. It doesn't
because we wanted to get to her meeting Superman, because we have to have to show that in this context of this universe. Otherwise, we're going to be
but I also feel it was I love seeing David's Superman. He's great. I love seeing him.
Yep.
But also,
he's like a shot of fucking adrenaline into the movie. You're just thank God.
Yeah, you're
he's so well cast. He's super well cast. He's a great Superman. He's
really the only Superman I've seen, but he's fucking awesome. He's so I love him in this movie. Again, for the very brief time he's in this movie, he's just oh, thank God, man. I was getting fucking bored. I was bored watching this shit. And then Lobo is here, but that's the best way to put Lobo, is that he is here, man. He's just here, and then he leaves. That is now. I knew you probably. Oh, you got a fan?
One sec, Brayden. One sec. Yeah.
So look, I already had a feeling you probably weren't going to be a big fan of Lobo because he's kind of generic, and I was like, that's fine. I think, bare minimum, he's a fine character. He's fun. I think Jason Momoa is having a good time with him. I don't think he needs to be in this movie at all. He is completely unnecessary.
No, he doesn't serve any. He just drifts into the movie.
He is there for the sake of, we gotta put Lobo in the movie. That's why he is.
Sorry,
I was just gonna say he's on the same level as Woody in Toy Story 5 for me. He does not do anything. He's just there to be. Look, it's Lobo. That's it.
I liked. He was cool. He was cool looking.
Yeah.
And he was fun to watch because he was badass. But that's literally all there was he was badass. And Jason Momoa was really good. He was good because he plays a badass really well.
He's the character he wants to play. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. But he doesn't change really. He doesn't really get an arc, and he doesn't really contribute anything to the story. And he certainly doesn't contribute anything thematically. and
No.
they kind of completely graze past his backstory and like the lazy. I still don't really know what his backstory is.
He killed everyone from his planet. That's it.
I don't even really know what his powers are.
He's
Does
just
he
strong.
heal?
He's just
Is
strong.
is he invulnerable? No, but they say he's immortal. And then
Oh
he's
yeah.
stabbed.
He's from the 90s, so he's probably got a healing factor. He's probably fucking Kryptonian level
Okay.
strong. I will say this: if this was a show, one episode of fucking Lobo,
Yeah.
that would be completely fine. I would be totally all right with just Lobo showing up for an episode, fucking shit up, and then leaving. That's kind of what you have to do with Lobo. I know I complained about that in this movie, but it's because he's just here. He doesn't need to be here. He doesn't add anything.
Yep.
He doesn't. For a show, that's different. You can have him cameo in one episode, have it be fun. Bye-bye. You're gone. Out of the show.
Yep.
Forever. See you later. See you in fucking Justice League 2 or some shit. I don't know. I don't imagine this guy showing up anytime soon. In anything. What is he gonna be in fucking?
They're definitely not going to do a rated R Lobo movie.
No.
Definitely not doing a rated R Lobo movie after the PG-13 Supergirl movie bombed. That is not going to happen.
No, you're cooked. So basically when we got to that planet, I was like, oh, this is really taking it downward. Like I was not a fan of that. And it's way too long, and we focus on this family I don't give a fuck about. And then let me tell you, Thatch. Let me tell you. They fucking blue balled me so fucking hard. Oh my god. We get to the planet with the green fucking sun. And I'm like, hell yeah. This is one of my favorite issues from this comic. This is gonna rock. Ruthie goes down by the lake. There's a bunch of fucking idiots walking around. And then a jump scare happens. Motherfucking scared the balls out of me. It's like, there's a fucking Tusken Raider motherfucker goes, like, and then that is done. Supergirl is on this planet rotting and dying and having flashbacks, and then she's fine. What the fuck is that all about, man? That sucked my ass. That was terrible.
Yep.
Nothing happened. She was just sitting there. She was fine.
What the fun part about the comic is they go, well, this planet was created to kill Superman by the bad guys.
Yep.
And Superman was there for 45 minutes, and the only reason he didn't die was because the Justice League saved him, right? You're like, oh shit, that's a cool idea, blah, blah, blah. Well, they can't fucking do that because Superman's only been Superman for 2 fucking years, so there's no way that no one in the universe would even know who he is yet. So why would they create a fucking planet to kill him? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. So you can't do that. So you just need to go, I guess there's naturally occurring green suns that hurt, like it, and then she just lays there, and what's the resolution of that plot? She waits it out. She waits it out till the other sun comes up, and then she's fine.
Doesn't have to protect her. She doesn't have to save her. There's no interesting like parallels where how they clearly need each other. That's a very important part of. Nope, she gets kidnapped. It's a separate thing. She's just like sitting there. Oh wait, I'm fine. Like what the hell?
No, I'm good.
What is the point? There was no point. It was to also, this movie fucking loves to take Supergirl's powers away. And I get it. She's strong. Did not happen that much in the comic. Didn't need to happen that much in this movie. Fuck. It's like every scene. What the hell? I get it. Start of the movie. She's on the planet with the red sun. I get it. Makes sense. That's from the comic. Yada, yada, yada. She gets her powers slowly back during the tech pirate scene. Whatever. That's fine. She gets it from like a drug in the comic. Yeah, she just takes like a drug and then she's all super powered up. Fine. Right? Then she gets poisoned on the fucking trafficker planet. She gets poisoned there. And she's fucking weak and dying. And then she gets the green sun. She's weak and dying. Then she gets stabbed. She's weak and dying. Like, they do not like having her have her powers in this movie. And again, I understand why they did that. I get it. It's because if she was Superwoman strong all the time, she would just end everything like that. I get it. But there's more creative ways to do it. And the comic already did it. So fuck you.
Fuck you.
Then we get the ending sequence. And by the way, she's not put on her suit until the very end of the movie. That's expected, but it also kind of pissed me off. That's just a frustrating thing I didn't care for. Whatever. Because they take her fucking ship and you just got and then she goes, "This was on the brigand ship. This is for you, Supergirl." And she goes, "I don't want to wear that shit. It's stupid." And she puts it on. Haha, cool, epic, right? this just boring finale where it's not even that fun to watch because again, Kara's dying the entire time, and it's just like, all right. They're weirdly inconsistent with Ruthie too. Like sometimes she just stands there going like, and then other times she's like jumping on the backs of people and like beating the shit out. I'm like, hold on a minute. There's a scene where she like beats up a fat guy in like 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, wait a second. When did you learn how to do that shit? I don't remember that.
There are multiple action scenes that feel like spin-offs of the Mr. Terrific action scene in Superman, where it's like you're following someone else's POV as the Supergirl's fighting people. The problem with those action scenes, and this is the best way I can put it, is that first of all, the standard for superhero action scenes has raised as the standard for superhero movies in general has raised for the general audience. The problem with those actions is it feels like the choreography and the camera are out of sync. So it's hard to track what she's doing because something will pass in front of her as she does it, or it'll obscure part of her silhouette. And it like you can't really see if is that a leg or not. Right. It's very muddled and difficult to follow because the camera and the choreography are just not lined up properly, and that happens a couple times in the movie. And that was a huge bummer, and I think just shows a poor sense of action directing. It's
actually Superman is so fun to watch. The action scenes of that are awesome. They're really fun.
Action scenes are great in Superman. Excellent.
But James Gunn has had the experience. He's obviously been working with action scenes for a while.
His action scenes in Guardians 1 are not very good.
No,
they're not very good in Guardians 1. He definitely needed to.
He got a style. And I'm not saying every movie needs to look like James Gunn action scene. It doesn't. But this is just weird action. This just doesn't look
And it's surprising because Craig Gillespie has done these kinds of wonders that go through rotation and follow a lot of different people, and they looked excellent in not an action scene, but sequences like that, similar setup. And that's still still setting up like blocking where actors are going to be, what they're going to be doing while the camera comes around. There's an incredible one in Cruella where it starts at the top of the building and it goes through the opening window and it follows all around every level of fashion building, and you see all the different people working, and you get to the very bottom of the building and you finally see Cruella like washing the bathroom. And it's meant to be like, look at all the stuff on top of Cruella, and it's like very clear. It's very well done. Yep, exactly. And it's weird to me that like just didn't work out in it. Like, what happened? I don't know.
And then there's that big epic fucking action slop scene at the end where they play the song that everyone's like, does that fit at all?
I have a feeling. I could be wrong. But I wonder if you listen to that song in the tone. What's it a cover of?
So The Middle, I think it's called.
The Middle, it's a cover of The Middle, right? Which is very
I like the cover, by the way. I'll say that.
Yeah, me
like
too.
The song.
It's one of those songs where it's like, hey, you've been down on your luck, girl, but it'll be okay, right? I'm wondering if one of two things happened. I'm wondering if it was supposed to be, or they tried it with The Dog Days Are Over, and they put that to it because I feel like that would have fit better. And then they were like, oh fuck, we did that in Guardians 3. And then I'm like, okay, well then what else could you do? I'm like, okay, well maybe you could do like Madonna living on a or no, that's not what it's called. Madonna. What's that song from? Like a Prayer. Like a Prayer. From even that would have fit really well. You know what I mean? But that was in Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm wondering if they just were like, fuck, all those good songs are taken, and they didn't have a plan for what song it was going to be, but they just kind of knew what kind of song it was going to be. But I would love to see someone put Madonna or Dog Days over that scene because I almost can tell you it'll probably play better. I almost tell you.
Did you hear? James Gunn picked that song. Apparently, I've heard that.
Yep. I've heard that too.
Craig was fucking stressing out. He was like,
Dude, none of these are working.
And then obviously, of course, James Gunn reaches into his ass and goes, yes, this cover of this song. Here you go. Like, James Gunn's music taste is so specific and so niche. Like, the bro,
Yeah.
like, this was a cover from some girl on TikTok, by the way. This is not like a big band or anything. This is an obscure ass cover that he just managed to find. So good on James. You know, I love his music sense, but it is really weird in this scene. It just doesn't really fit. I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the song, and I will say there's when I go see like a James Gunn movie or when I see one of these superhero movies, if they've got good songs in them, I usually like go back and listen to a lot of the songs. I haven't really done that with anything in this movie. There was not a lot of songs. Like, I don't remember much of the soundtrack of this movie at all. There's a lot of music in this movie. I couldn't name you one of the tracks except for that last one. I genuinely don't remember. And that's not great. I like when I feel like the music aspect was kind of forced into this movie. Didn't really need to be there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah.
The most Guardians of the Galaxy thing about this movie, and it feels very unnecessary. I get she's like punk and she wants to like listen to her music or whatever, but like,
why is it an 80s the same one? She's not fucking 40 years old. She didn't grow up with that. Why does it have to be the exact? Why isn't it an iPod or an iPod Mini or Nano or
Walkman? It feels so,
why does she have a fucking Walkman?
It's so unnecessary. Again, I don't get it. They didn't play fucking Blondie. They didn't play Call Me.
Fucking beats. Make her a fucking Gen Z fucking lady.
Yeah, they didn't play. They didn't play Blondie. That pissed me off. They didn't play fucking that dramatic ass song from like the 50s or whatever. They didn't play that. That made me sad. From the trailers. I hate when movies do that. By the way, pissing me the fuck off. That's a tangent. But like, just again, I don't remember like any of the tracks from this movie. Even the way the movie ends is so like lame. It just ends and then the credits play and there's no post credit scene. It's just like, all right, we're done. There's no,
because the Superman scene was going to be the post credit scene and then they just put it at the end, which I think was a good call. I think it works better with that than it would have without that. You know,
it does. It would have felt unnecessary to do it as a post credit scene, but also
because there is like it makes her arc feel a little bit better, but then again, the fact that she murders Krem kind of fucks her whole arc up because her arc is supposed to be that she's now going to be the symbol that she always could be, and going to embrace this new location and start connecting with people. But how are you going to be a symbol for little girls if you're murdering? But I know he's a trafficker, so he has to die. So it's a problem. So and her whole arc is really muddled because of that, and it's just a mess.
The lesson is don't kill people unless they're traffickers. Then you can kill them. That's the moral.
That's the lesson. Yep. Unless which is like. I guess, but like that's a weirdly specific message to put in a movie.
Specific moral. I like imagining all girls with guns that are just like walking around and like there's people getting killed and they're like, that's fine. And then they see one driver, they're like, fucking die. Like that's the visual that gives me. But like when Superman ended, again, I don't want to compare us to, they're different creators or whatever. There's like these fun like credit scenes where they have all this graphics and it's very like they play fucking punk rocker and it's like, hell yeah, I like the vibe. This movie ends black credits. I'm like, okay, there's no sauce, man. This movie has there's no sauce in this movie. So sauce. We talked about this shit way too fucking long. You just have to understand how much this really meant to me and how absolutely disappointed I was by this movie because for all accounts, this could have been incredible. This could have been one of the best superhero movies of all time. But no.
It should have easily blew Wonder Woman out of the water as the best female-led superhero movie. Like, you know, it should have been that easy.
There's no like. You have a nice script right here.
Yep.
Okay, I know you can't take the exact same thing. I know you have to change it up a little bit, but
you just need to capture the spirit, and you didn't.
You didn't. Yeah. It really sucks because again, the reputation of this comic is already low enough. People are already fucking hard on it for some reason. I will say my theater experience was really fucking weird too. And this will actually tie nicely into our final topic, or not topic, but like our final like discussion on the movie. Because I went to a full theater. I went opening night, full theater, which was cool. I will say, actually sitting in a theater with a bunch of other people that were excited to see the movie was actually kind of fun. Which is ironic considering how this movie did. But I will say, we got out of the movie and there was this girl just like complaining. And again, I don't say it like that to be like, oh, fuck her, she was complaining. No, her points were very valid, but she was obviously very like hurt by this movie and how it wasn't faithful to the, yeah, she was like, they did this, Krem's not supposed to do this in the fucking comic, she wasn't supposed to kill him because she's supposed to teach her, like, she was very, very passionate. She was dressed in a Supergirl costume, my guy. She was like,
really?
This broke her fucking heart, man.
Dude.
Like,
dude, you're telling me a girl went to see this movie, loved the comic, dressed as the character, the exact kind of person that needed this movie, and was so excited, and she walked out pissed and devastated and angry.
Her fucking heart, man. That
James, you done fucked it up.
You fucked it up, James. That was the worst experience. I had this guy sitting next to me who just like every time he didn't like a joke, he just went like every time. Can you imagine how fucking annoying that is to have a person go?
That is annoying.
Every time, like, there. You remember the shit joke where the fucking bug poops for 10 seconds? He was so mad at that, and I was like, I wasn't laughing, but I was like, I thought that was funny just because of how fucking stupid it is. But he was like this. Like, he was just like that. And it was like, brother, you're never gonna like this movie. Just go, just fucking stay away from this shit, man. But all that to say, that disappointment that she felt and that I felt and that a lot of us felt is very much reflected in this next point. And our final point.
Our like back end of this, right?
Our next tangent, I should say.
Yeah.
Our final tangent.
So, Supergirl currently, and I know Rotten Tomatoes is not the end all be all, but it does help you understand generally a broad level the reaction. 55% Rotten Tomato critically, 76% good tomato, which is not a great good tomato. 55% Rotten critic, 76% positive audience, which is still not very high, you know. And generally across the board, not good. The cinema score was not good. The cinema score is the best taste because that's the audience coming out of it. The cinema score for this was lower than Aquaman 2, which is really bad. So, and then financially speaking, right? Financially speaking, here's my big number. I'm going to bust out of here.
I think you told me this.
Supergirl at the box office made, let me double check. Supergirl made like, why the fudge? Where did I thought I had these numbers ready to go. Supergirl box office opening weekend. Supergirl made, at the box office, it made, what? That doesn't seem right. 38 million. Yeah, Supergirl made 38 million at the box office, right? At the opening weekend. And I just want to say the Morbius box office was 39 million. So Supergirl made less than Morbius at the opening weekend. Morbius is one of the most notorious box office bombs of the superhero genre of all time. That, again, this is not it underperformed. This is a financial disaster. It is going to make less money in its total run at the box office than Blue Beetle did. I mean, this is doing so bad that like it's performing along the same level, if not worse, than the end of the DCEU when we knew it was going to reboot and no one was seeing the movies. Like, that's how bad of a performance this is. This is an astronomical financial failure in every they're going to lose $100 million on this movie. You could make Obsession like 9 times with that much money lost, you know? So this is really bad. It's one of the worst bombs of the year, one of the worst box office superhero bombs of the last 5 years. So this naturally brings the question of like, hey, what does this mean for the DCU, right? And again, Superman was a success, but not a huge success. Not enough to carry the failure of Supergirl, you know?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the amount of profit they made on Superman is about as much money they lost on Supergirl. So they kind of canceled out. So then the question, but there's also a Paramount merger that looks like, you know, the US just approved it. A bunch of countries have approved it. I don't think the UK has yet, but you know, it looks like the Paramount merger is going to go through, which means the Ellises are going to be in charge and David Zaslav is no longer going to be in charge of DC, right? And, you know, they are saying, oh, we're all going to work together. It's going to be fine. Kind of. Even then, if you look at the comments from the DC execs they met the Ellis, there's a bunch of Ellises. They met the one that's going to be running the movie studio. They met him and their response was like, we think we're good. At the very least, all the movies we're making right now will come out.
Right.
That's not a great, you know, and traditionally when movie executives come in, just like when David Zaslav came in, they like to, no matter what, fire the heads before them, because if it's a success, then it gets credited to the guy before them. If it's a failure, then it's their fault. So they like to get rid of people because of that. It doesn't happen all the time. They've certainly kept people, you know what I mean? Disney bought Marvel and they kept Kevin Feige, you know, et cetera, right? But, you know, it is alarming when your Supergirl movie has failed, and now your other two movies are going to be Lanterns, which hopefully gets good reactions, and then Clayface, which hopefully makes, I think maybe could make money, sort of, only a little bit, but probably some. Basically, what I'm saying is the success of the DCU is sort of it. If it was in the green, it's not in the red. It's not like game over, but it's in the yellow.
It's
you know
orange.
what I mean?
It's orange.
It's orange.
Yeah.
It's orange. Yeah, it's orange. It's not good. And the problem is, you know, they're just not made. The superhero genre, the superhero movie landscape that the rest of the world is living in is not the same one that James Gunn is living in. James Gunn thinks it's still 2017. You know, he thinks it's still the height of Marvel could put out any movie and they would have made money. Yep. And it makes sense because he made Guardians, which was, you know, a very unknown movie and it made a ton of money. Like, it makes sense that he would be more open to that. I totally get it. And also, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's great to get those things. The problem is the long-term health of your universe is kind of dependent on making successes. You know what I mean? You kind of need to earn.
It's not affordable. It's not like you
can't.
Like,
audiences are not ball for that right now.
If
they're
you're
not
making money, you can't make more of what you want to make, or like you can't make more of like the weird shit. You can't take risks if you're not making money.
You need to earn your risks. Yeah. You need to earn them. Marvel did not make Guardians until after Avengers was a success. Yeah. You know, so it's one of those things where he really just, I don't know if he has, I don't know what's, I feel like he just doesn't have a grasp of the general audience right now, you know? And they really, if Man of Tomorrow is nothing short of a massive, unequivocal success, it can't even be the same level as the first Superman. No. Like, that wouldn't be enough. It has to make more money and have better reactions. It has to be a sweeping success for I think, because right after that, the merger is going to go through and the Ellises are going to come in, and you know, that's when shit's going to hit the fan. So Man of Tomorrow needs to be a massive success for the future of the DCU to survive, and they need to start pivoting away from projects that are not guaranteed successes and start pivoting towards nailing their key cornerstone characters. Characters like the Flash. When this movie bombed, Alex Ross fucking started spamming Wonder Woman fucking photos on his social media, which was really funny.
I mean, Wonder Woman that's something that makes sense. Again, I understand the hesitance with the recent movie. I get it. And I know James likes to be.
Does not matter.
It doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter anymore.
If they relaunched Spider-Man. They recasted and relaunched Spider-Man 2 years after the failure of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. 2 years later, and they turned it. Homecoming didn't make $1 billion, but it made it was an improvement over the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because people liked it. And then every subsequent Spider-Man now makes $1 billion, you know? So maybe Wonder Woman 1 doesn't make $1 billion and makes another 500, 600 million, but I bet you if it's good, Wonder Woman 2 will make a lot of money. Same goes for The Flash. If you can make one good Flash movie, The Flash could easily be an extremely lucrative character. And I just feel like they're just completely missing, you know? And then you got to make a Justice League movie, you know? Like you have to be sprinting towards Justice League, you know? And they're not right now.
It means
and
you got to take Batman, bring him in.
So that's the other thing. But there's rumors that Batman has already been cast. And this is coming from, I don't want to say a super reputable source, but more reputable than you'd think. Like I could be wrong, but it seems like they may have cast Batman to put him in Man of Tomorrow as like a post credit or something like that. You know, like I think they're gonna try to be like, wait, guys, look, you know. But I don't think that's a good idea because I agree. I think that you should just take the Batman, which has already gotten one movie and everyone loves, and the Ellises are not going to make 2 fucking Batman movies consecutively. Nope. Did you know that one of the main reasons why he's like the younger Ellis wanted to own Warner was just so he could put his name on a Batman movie? He's not going to fucking... Yeah, literally. He's not going to fucking make 2 live action Batmans at the same time. It's not going to happen. So I agree. In fact, it's such a no-brainer. I know that Matt Reeves was like, it's so stupid that when you watch you watch fucking Clayface trailer and you're like, well, if that can exist in the same universe as Superman, why the fuck can't the Batman? You know what I mean? Like that's a horror movie. Like it's rated R, you know, like what?
And
I don't know. And again,
from Metropolis, they look different. They have different vibes. Gotham can be more dark.
The whole point of this universe is that there isn't a house style and people can make whatever movie they want, right, Gunn? Okay, then why can't Matt Reeves' Batman exist? You know, now financially they're going to have a Batman and a Superman come out next year, which will probably do okay. Yeah. But the question is, do they get credit for the Batman 2 doing well, or do the guys before them? Because that existed before James Gunn. Yep. Like in my mind, whether or not James Gunn gets fired, Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson are safe. They're going to be fine.
That movie's going to do very well.
That movie's going to do great. It's going to get good reviews, and we're going to get a third one. Like that, Matt Reeves, no matter what goes down with DCU, he's going to be sitting pretty. You know, he's going to be fine.
But we'll probably get another one for sure.
Maybe
because he takes
for sure.
Ass time when it comes to those movies.
He does,
but they're good. So, or one is good. I haven't seen obviously, but I've got good faith in the second one, considering how I'm not worried about it at all.
Penguin was good.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about. It's just I don't know. I really don't know, because like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I would love to see Pattinson and fucking Superman on screen together. I'd actually love that. I think they'd bounce off of each other in a really weird way. I think that would be really fun to watch. Because they're so different personality, and that's what you want out of Batman and Superman, you know.
And it would retroactively make the Batman the Iron Man of this franchise, you know, and it would make it the first film in the DCU, which it kind of always should have been, if I'm being honest with you. Like that feels really natural, you know. Batman 1, and then you go into Superman, and the problem though is Warner Brothers. The problem is DC has been sold and adjusted, not sold, but DC's been acquired because Warner Brothers has been sold like fucking 4 times in the last 20 years. Like every time there's a regime, it's Warner's the problem. Yeah, you know. And I don't know. I'm just nervous about it. I got fear that, you know, DC's it's not going to pan out long term. I hope it does. I really do, but we should really be getting excited for a Justice League movie right now, and that's just not even on the table.
I should be excited for where the DCU, but this has been a problem since the DCU started. It's always been a question mark. It's never been like, oh man, I can't wait for this and I can't wait for that. It's like, oh, are we getting this? Is this going to be good? Those are the questions that come to mind. Like,
Yep.
Timothy Gunn came out and was like, "This is my epic fucking Waller slate," and we're like, "Okay, buddy, can we hold on a minute? Can we like?" I don't think they were doing Phase 1 reveals in the MCU era. I don't think that was a thing. I mean, maybe like more like less public.
They announced, no. Here's what Marvel did.
Mhm.
Marvel said from the start, they said we're doing Iron Man, and then they said and we're doing Hulk, and then we're gonna do Thor, and then we're gonna do Captain America, and then we're gonna do Avengers. That's what they said. That was always what they said. They said that from the get-go. The only surprise was Iron Man 2 came out of nowhere because Iron Man 1 was such a massive success. They were like, oh shit, we got to do an Iron Man 2, you know? And also the Hulk underperformed, right? Yeah. The Hulk wasn't great, which for everyone to say like, wow, if the second MCU movie didn't do great with the Hulk, then maybe DC's fine. And it's like, well, the problem was we knew we were going to be getting Captain America. We knew we were going to be getting Thor. We knew we were going to be getting Avengers, you know?
The only thing guaranteed is Lanterns and Clayface. And
Clayface.
And that's it?
And Man of Tomorrow. That's it.
That's guaranteed.
Yep. Which, by the way, I'm really excited for Man of Tomorrow. Yeah. I'm really excited. Same. I have really high hopes for Man of Tomorrow, but I was really excited for Supergirl. So please don't do this again.
I mean, just to basically just be like, okay, you know, all this, like, you have to understand, we're coming at this from the perspective of we want to love, we want to care. You know, we're not like negative. We're not being negative for the sake of being negative. We want to give a shit about DC because, well, speaking for me personally, DC has always been elusive to me. It's always been that thing that's existed. But I got into Marvel. I got into the MCU. That was my thing. I never had an attachment to DC much outside of like, oh, I played Lego Batman as a kid, or I don't know, like, again, bare minimum stuff. So Superman, I love Superman. I've said it. Superman is what got me into reading comic books. That is the whole reason why I'm fucking reading anything right now. I'm reading Bone right now. I wouldn't be doing that if it weren't for fucking Superman. But like, you have to understand all this to be said that I fucking adore this comic book, and I'm just so disappointed by this movie and how it's doing and how it just handled this whole situation. It's just fucking. It shot itself in the foot so hard, and I don't know who to blame. People are blaming. I don't know, and I think it's more complicated than just being like, oh, it's this person's fault. I think there's a lot at play here. You know, people are blaming the writer. People are blaming the.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. The script is not great. You know, like is it like a functioning bare minimum screenplay? I mean, it's logical. It's just there's nothing exceptional or interesting, and the characters are not as well developed as they should be. And, you know, it doesn't really know what it's trying to say.
No. And had this movie had been a 10 out of 10 perfect adaptation of the comic book, I do think it would have done better. I think there would have been a lot of work.
Absolutely.
And I think people would
100%.
Like, oh, hell yeah, let's go see fucking Supergirl.
And if you had the trailers and they had all the colors and it looked like Thor Ragnarok or something, I mean, oh my God, people would have been. And then if it got great, it probably still would have underperformed, right?
I don't think it would have.
It wouldn't have been a fucking unequivocal bomb. No, and it would have gotten people really excited for Man of Tomorrow and the future of the DCU. You know what I mean?
It just
and it would have been
a very bad misstep. It was just a very poor misstep, and the heart was
in this era of, you know, superhero movies. You don't have a lot of those available to you. You know, I think Marvel has a few more because they have made so much money off of like the Avengers and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think Marvel was able to stomach a few more bombs, but still, like, they need to get their shit up, you know, right? And they also had successes, like they've had, like, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're about to have Spider-Man, right? But I don't think DC can absorb that many blows. You know,
they have Marvel has a lot in the chamber. They have a lot of big hitters. They've got X-Men, which will probably be a big deal. They've got you know, Spider-Man's a freaking guaranteed hit, so there's no worried about that. Doomsday will probably do well. I don't think it'll bomb. I don't think it'll do as well as the others.
It won't be impressive.
No, but I do think it'll still be like, all right, it's an Avengers movie. It'll do well.
I think it has the chance to be the least like the lowest performing Avengers movie,
Yeah.
right? Which would still be better than 90% of movies.
But I unfortunately,
you know?
as weird as it is, I think the shitty marketing has actually kind of helped that movie in a weird way. Because now everyone's
Maybe.
like, "What's this movie actually about?"
I mean, if Spider-Man's great, then it's gonna, you know,
There will
people are gonna
always be a precedent for that, because how did Captain Marvel make $1 billion? Oh, because it came out after Infinity War. That's literally it.
Yep.
That's 100% the reason why it made as much money as it did. Everyone was on that MCU high. They're like, "How does this connect?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's a post. Okay, that's fine." They're like, "That's
exactly."
But like
that was most of those movies. Like, oh, it's a post credits.
It's just like it's like one throwaway line. Okay, sounds good. But like we're in such an unprecedented era now, though. It is so weird. And you're right, DC. You can't rely on a fucking Paradise Lost movie. You know, I don't think that's even happening anymore. But like, that's not. Unfortunately,
I just don't understand why James Gunn's reaction to this was he's acting like he's 2 phases into a DCU, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like it would it have been boring? Yes, but would it have been the right move? It should have been Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Batman, Justice League. Should have been that.
What? This isn't exclusively even a James Gunn problem. Even back with the DCEU, they shot their they didn't know what to do. They were like,
exactly.
They were like, "Oh, we'll start with whatever, Man of Steel." I think that was the first one. And then they're like, I'm trying to remember what came out first.
Do we do another Batman? No, let's just do Batman already and Superman.
Let's do Batman and throw him together with
and
Superman,
Wonder Woman.
and then they fight, and then Wonder Woman's also in it, and then Doomsday is in it, and then Lex Luthor is in it. And then they're like, Suicide Squad, and they're like,
I think the reason why this happens is because the only movies they know will probably make money are Batman and Superman movies, you know? So those are the only ones that they'll definitely make. They are so afraid of doing Flash and doing Green Lantern and all those movies because they don't know if they're going to be a success or not, or they're worried. But Marvel smartly was like, yeah, nobody knows who the fuck Thor is. We don't care. He needs to be there. He's an important character on this team. He's a foundational member.
Guess what? If your movies are even a little like, all right, whatever. Superman didn't make amazing money. I'll tell you what would make amazing money. If you build it up, a Justice League movie would do a lot better because you've set up all these characters. You've set up all that time. That's the smart thing about the MCU. They've carefully, and that's why the MCU's in a bit of a weird place right now, because they kind of lost that. They don't really have that anymore, you know, because they're all gone. For all the Avengers are like doing their own fucking thing now. So it doesn't really work as well. But so I understand, and I do get the struggle of like, oh, we don't want to do exactly what Marvel did. We don't want to, especially since it is 10 years, almost 20 years. No, I don't know if that math is right. Almost 20 years later. Almost 20 years later since the MCU started, you know. It's hard. I get it. It's very difficult, but it's disappointing. I hope they're able to land on their feet and get something happening. I really hope the DCU doesn't get canceled, because I mean, so far, if we're being real, it's been pretty good so far. Like, and there's literally 3 projects, so it's like,
well, all the James Gunn, all the James Gunn spin-offs have been good.
Project, everything James Gunn has made has been good. Everything that James Gunn hasn't made has been And then Lanterns looks not great, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I don't know, man.
I'm excited for Clayface. I think Clayface will probably be pretty cool.
Clayface looks good because Mike Flanagan wrote it. Like, there's no way you get a talent like Mike Flanagan and it's not a good movie. But then again, that's what we all thought about fucking Supergirl, so we'll see.
Right. If anything, it'll be kind of cool to look at. You know, it'll have some fun visual stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. And that's why we've been talking about this for so fucking long, because there's so much disappointment. There's so much like uneasiness towards the future and all that. You know, we talk a lot about DC on here, but I think it's just because it's so like uncertain where we're gonna be, and it sucks because I want good DC movies. I want good DC projects. Why would I
Yeah.
not want it to do well? Why would I want it to?
No, yeah, me too.
And look,
I mean, I'm more of a Marvel guy, but I like DC. I like Batman.
I want to love
I like
DC.
Superman. I like Wonder Woman. You know, I love the Supergirl comic. You know what I mean?
Like, what? Like, I want to love these characters as much as I love the MCU. I want to love it. I want them to be the same. Like, I want to think about it all in the same, like, because people grew up with DC and they love it, and I respect that, but I never had that emotional connection to those characters. I only got into Marvel because of the MCU, as I'm sure a lot of people did, you know.
Yeah.
And again, we've discovered that's the best thing about these movies is, unfortunately, I think Marvel movies are not really made for you to get into the comics. I don't think that's really the intention of the MCU. I think it's more like, get into the MCU. That's the point of it.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's if you like the comics, you can get in. Like, they want you to be like, oh, you like the comics, you can get into the MCU, right? But it's not. If you like the MCU, you can get into the comics. You know what I mean? But they definitely like want the comic audience invested in the MCU. They definitely want.
But it's very different, and they don't do like direct adaptations for the most part. They kind of stick to their own thing. They'll pull out a Fantastic Four.
There's not an entry point through the MCU into comics.
Right.
There's an entry point through comics into the MCU.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense. Yeah. The MCU is very accessible to someone who never reads comics, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You can look at it as its own thing. I'd argue DC was actually pretty good at being like, hey, if you like Superman, go read some Superman comics.
Well, I thought it was, and then they made this dog shit Supergirl adaptation, so I'm sorry.
It was good for Superman comics, wasn't good for Supergirl. Although I will say, if you're one of the people who watched the movie and was like, that fucking sucked, please fucking read this. Please do yourself a favor.
Please.
Read this shit.
Please.
I know you probably won't, but please. Please, do it for me. Do it for me. Just do it for me.
I'm begging.
I'm begging you, because you will have a good time, I think. Unless you hate Tom King's writing, and then you fucking hate it. But I'm dying. Ultimately, I'm disappointed. I really am. I think that's it. That's all I gotta say.
I'm disappointed. It's not an ass movie. I know I exaggerate. Yeah. A mediocre movie. Not the kind of superhero movie you can make right now.
It's
not, and it's not what the DC needed, and it's only bad news. There's no good news about this whatsoever for the DCU. Literally,
it's mediocre, but it's disappointing, and that's the biggest of all. It's like if it wasn't disappointing, then all right, but it's hard. It's hard, man. I don't know what to do with myself.
Just wait for Clayface.
They'll do a fucking, but I'm not invested in Clayface as a character. I don't give a shit. I've never read Clayface in a single comic book, so I don't know. I like him in Lego Batman. I like a little fucking goofball in Lego. I like him. So, but that's not what this movie's about. This movie's like a scary fucking.
He's gonna turn exactly into that guy at the end. He's gonna literally look like a Lego man running around. It'll be awesome.
I wish he did have little Lego hands, and he was like, that would be cool.
Yeah, the same like face that he has.
Yeah, and he's like a brick man. He's going. That's so cool. I'm in this like scary body horror movie, and he's like.
He goes to a wall with two telephone handles, and he grabs it and he rips it off and he throws it at a guy.
I love the idea that this like serious movie that's like really dark and fucked up. It ends with like him running around like. And he's grunting. He's like, like punching cops around and like.